we're live. Let me just share this out. You can set that up, Frank, on your page. Put that over here. We are live. Okay, all right, cool. I believe I shared this everywhere. If not, I apologize to everyone. Okay, I think we're all set here. Oh, you share it in the Discords, please? Or, oh, you did, okay. Okay, cool. We got Astrobot playing again. Oh, well. No big deal. We're live with Common DualSense, Episode 3. We're here to talk about PlayStation and whatever else is going on. So speaking about what? A lot of PlayStation news. Let's hopefully get people in here. I know we're a little late today, but you know, stuff happens in life. What are you gonna do? Here we are with Astrobot yet again. I could have looped the God of War, but we'll probably use God of War footage for Wednesday. God of War on PC. Yeah, I'm not even anywhere near. I was supposed to play today, and I just didn't get a chance. So maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I will check it out before we go live. Gotta get the people in here. And next week's gonna be 4, and then maybe we could take a break after next week. Maybe. The minute I stop looking at my phone, he sends a message with the photo. I was like, there you go. I don't. Did we even talk about like the bundle? Thursday, right? Oh yeah. Let me see if I have photos of this stuff. I do have photos of it. Here you go. Yeah, I think they're going to be selling the Slim regardless of retail. That's not limited, but it will only be available, I believe, through the holidays. If we're so lucky. The Slim's going to be 500 digital, and the Pro, I'm assuming it's going to be $1,000. Yeah, it is. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of ugly though. I don't know, but you also get the bezel for the disk drive if you decide to buy the disk drive separately. They still give you the gray bezel, which is kind of weird. But it's right. Got David R. We got Stevie Mack in the chat. We got Patriot Joel. Welcome. How are you guys? If you're coming in, jump in the chat. Let me know you're here. Start talking about PlayStation. Probably get the controller. The Pro Edition will be too much. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're buying this, you're getting all this, whether you want it or not, which sucks. Some people are saying 1,500, which I'm out. It's probably gonna be $9.99. They're gonna get it though. That's the sad part. People were already lying about this thing. They were, oh, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. Ooh, I gotta buy it. They were all buying their disk drives the day after they announced that whole thing because everyone's like preparing for the Pro, preparing for the Pro. They're all lying. Now they're like, oh, it's the 30th anniversary. Now I have to buy it. So yeah. So this is the excuse. Oh, hold on. Fuck. You're muted. God damn it. You guys have been muted all day.
Oh.
What?
All right, we're starting this over again. Hello and welcome to Common DualSense, which we don't have any. Episode 3. We're here to talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro. We were late tonight, and obviously they were muted because we had problems. So here we are. Anyway, we're here now. We're here to talk about the 30th anniversary PlayStation console. There is a Slim and a Pro right here, as you see on your screen. The Slim is supposed to be $499. The Pro, they won't tell us the price because they don't want us getting mad.
We'll find out tomorrow, though. Yeah.
Which means it's going to be $1,000.
Wait until the people tomorrow. So say it's 1,000 here. You know there's going to be a guy that's like, in Brazil it's $7,000. Like you know
Okay.
that people are going to be saying,
I'm not in Brazil.
I hate that.
It sucks
I
for
know,
people
it
that
drives
live
me
there.
nuts.
Okay, but I'm worried about how much it is here. I'm not worried about how much it would have been in 1994. I'm not worried about how much it would have been in 1997. I'm not worried about how much it would have been in 2012. I'm here, right now, in the United States. That's what I want to know. How much is it? Can I afford it? Can I not afford it?
Yeah.
I cannot.
Richard, what's going on?
Yeah, it's probably going to be, just kind of tossed in the event tomorrow. They'll probably show it off, and say, here's the price, and then back to the games. They'll kind of shove the price under the rug, kind of, like it's there, but here we got these games to sell the Pro, because you can't roll this thing out as well and not have a good presentation that's really going to sell this thing. So,
but when they show you Bloodborne, people will be like, I'll pay $5 million
yeah.
for it. It's Go crazy.
That's what they need to do, you know.
Yeah.
If they ever show Bloodborne.
They
yeah.
probably won't, but
That's
for
what
the
they
love of
should.
God, please do something.
Now, yeah, this console, yeah, you get obviously the dual edge controller, so that's a $200 controller. That's
So you
like
got
their
a
elite
Nobody wants
controller.
that though. They're making you get it.
They
Yeah,
can't sell them. That's why they're putting it in here because they're like,
Sony
oh.
has made more money selling us hardware this generation than they have selling us games.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that?
Yep.
true. They're getting really excited over this stuff, and it's like, I understand. I love PS1 as much as the next guy. Probably my favorite console, one of, and yeah, it just don't. You just, I know how people are because it's FOMO. Like, people really have a fear of missing out. And when they realize they can't get something like this or it's going to be limited. Now, some people might just settle for the Slim. Like you said, it's $499.99. They just want it to look nice on their stand or whatever. But that's a lot even for that, which you could be putting towards a whole new Pro. If you were already putting out the money anyway, you might as well put the 500 towards a Pro that's going to run a lot better. And then obviously, yes, you still have, a difference there to pay. But it's like, why would you even... Because this is coming out after the Pro, right? Like the street date for even the Slim is probably going to be after when the Pro.
I think these are coming out November 26th and the Pro
Yeah.
November 7th.
So it's like already be out for a couple weeks.
No.
Like
The regular Pro is November 7th. The 30th anniversary models are what you just said, November 27th.
Right.
So 2 weeks after.
yeah, and it's like, would anybody,
1 or 2 weeks.
unless the Pro's actually hard to get for whatever reason, I don't see why someone would even want to get a Slim at this point unless they really just don't want to spend the extra money. And I understand that too, if people don't want to. But if you're sitting on the sidelines not getting any of this yet and observing this, you might as well just wait and get the Pro instead of spending this just for the, go buy the controller, get that. There you go. That'll be for me, that'll be my PS1 throwback for the PS5. The console comes with, you got the original PlayStation controller style connector housing, 4 PlayStation shaped cable ties.
I have that. Hang on.
The paper clip, the sticker,
What?
limited edition poster,
Paperclip. I
the
saw that,
paper
but
clip.
why?
Yeah.
What is it for? What's the paperclip for?
I don't know. You could stack your PS1 manuals in it. I don't know.
The paper clip is to hold the system up.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember they took the stand away?
Well, it says it comes with a stand and a paperclip.
Yes. We're going to give you both.
Oh, wow.
You can stand it on the side or have it laying down.
Oh, right.
And then here is here's the box, which this is what got everybody. The PlayStation Slim box is the PlayStation 1 box.
They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly
that is really cool.
The 30th anniversary is a white box, though, which is kind of ridiculous. If you're paying all that money, you kind of want the PlayStation 1 box.
Right.
Now, if you can't get the Pro in this bundle, I would suggest just getting the Slim, PlayStation 30th anniversary Slim. Take the plates off of it and just buy a Pro and put the plates on the Pro. Then you have your 30th anniversary Pro. Put the white plates from the Pro on the Slim. Get rid of the Slim. There you go. That's what I would say. If not, then get both and I don't know. Just like Jeff Keighley, stick them up your ass, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even the Portal looks cool, the portable. But
you said the Portal's not that good, though, right?
No.
Yeah,
You need,
I mean,
like crazy Wi-Fi. Zarek is here. What's going on, Zarek? You need crazy Wi-Fi for that thing. I guess if you're home, but there was still lag when I was playing Modern Warfare on it, and that was over the Christmas time.
Yeah,
Christmas time, over Christmas time.
So I guess it just made it themed for this and just say, screw it, we'll just sell more.
Because that's what they're doing. They're making no money on the games because they have no games out, so they're just throwing hardware out there. I'm sure in a few more years they'll have a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 5 or 6. I guarantee you. That'll come. Or next year. Is it the 25th anniversary of PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They
it
might
is.
not even wait. They might next year. It might be the same thing. Oh, you want the PS2 PlayStation 5 Slim, don't you? And by the way,
The two.
them selling these plates was the whole point of not making these special edition consoles. The plates were, hey, everyone could just buy them and I have to buy a whole new console. They're throwing that whole logic in the garbage now. Because now they're not selling you the plates and they're like, oh well, if you want to gotta buy a whole thing.
Yeah.
That's not cool, man. What are you guys doing over there?
And you know the plates would have sold like tons if
They
they just
would have
had
sold. And they could still sell. That's alright. Someone on Amazon will just fucking make them.
Yeah, I'll make a copy.
You get your little connector that looks like a PS1 controller slot. Very nice, I guess. So there you go there. Yeah, so this was the biggest news of Thursday. Like you said, always the day after we record.
Yep.
And
I
here
wonder
it is.
why they waited to show this. I mean, maybe they were like, let's see the reception, and then I don't know. It just was like random. They
This is
randomly
why
just
they didn't come out and say anything about the price. People getting upset about the price.
yeah.
Because they knew. They knew, hey, they're all going to buy it and they're all going to shut up and then we're going to drop this on them on top of it. They knew.
Mm-hmm.
RWK, what's going on?
So
Oh.
They knew they were going to do that. And everyone fell for it. I had no intention of buying another Slim. Now I have to buy another Slim.
well, you have plenty of credit, so you're good. You could get it if you want.
Right. Well, the Pro, I'm going to try to get this Pro. If it's $1,500, I'm not trying to get this Pro. If not,
No
I'm
way.
just going to try to get the regular Pro and that's it. But
I, like Anthony, will buy the controller, and I think that's it for this lot.
I will, if I can't get the 30th anniversary Pro, I'll probably go for the actual Pro and the Slim. The Slim you can go pre-order at GameStop. Apparently they're going to have quite a few of them.
Yeah. On the 10th, right? October 10th?
October 10th, yes.
So October 10th street date for Slim, November 23rd for the Pro PlayStation Classic.
No, October 10th is a street day for pre-order.
That's just
The
pre-order.
pre-order date for both of them.
Right.
They're both coming out November 27th. These 30th anniversary consoles. The controllers you can pick up on the 26th. Or you can pre-order them on the 26th. I'm sorry. We got Arthur Morgan in the chat. What's up? We got Venge. What's going on?
Do you think I should run to GameStop and try to pre-order a controller, or do you think they'll be available? Like,
You can pre-order them on the 26th of September.
okay. Maybe I'll just do that, then order it through PlayStation Direct.
Yeah,
Get
you
done
can do
with it.
that. I'm going to be on there anyway. I'm going to try to get one of these machines. So
That's gonna be tough.
the Portal looks cool, but I got a Portal.
If it didn't suck, I would buy one, but I don't want to have lag and stuff. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, it is. It's not quite refined as much as people say it. It's just not.
They had it the other day for $149, and I was like, "Ooh, should I get it?" And then I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. Maybe if it's like $99 one
Well,
day."
if you get it for $149 on Amazon, then get it and test it out. See if you like
Yeah.
it. But
This was through
we got Benj in the
something,
chat.
and
I think I
do
said
a
that already.
price match or whatever. Wario posted because you can price match online on Best Buy now. You do
Oh,
like a
yeah,
chat
okay.
and they price match it. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it. But we'll see.
Amazon's the way to go because if you don't want it, you can send it back.
Yeah,
Get your
that's
money
true. If it
back.
goes on sale on Amazon, I'll scoop it up and try it. I wish they would just make a new Vita. Then I'll be happy.
Well,
But they won't.
apparently they are. Apparently both
Well,
Xbox
of
and
course.
PlayStation are making handhelds to go with their next consoles. Who the hell knows if that's true?
All of a sudden, right? Oh, now they're gonna. It's like I don't believe any of this stuff.
I don't believe anything till I hear it. And you know
Yeah.
what? We used to believe everything on this show, and a lot of it was true. But
Well, yeah. I mean, we had to be very careful.
did you know, Anthony? The day after this was announced, Windows Central said, "Ooh, Xbox is working on their 25th anniversary and Halo." Really?
That's like,
The day after this comes out?
It's 2
They're
years
just
away.
magically working on that? Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Like, how much more bullshit could you spread to keep somebody to stay on Game Pass? Come on.
They're
Let's
so
be realistic
desperate.
here.
That's the problem. Is they're so desperate.
I
'cause there's
guarantee you
just
they're not
nothing.
doing shit for that. And if they do, great. But again, I gotta see it to believe it. Because Tatanka,
And that's 2
Lone
years
Wolf
from now.
DLC, Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, you sit and wait for that. Just wait for their 25th
Their
anniversary.
25th anniversary is in 2 years. Why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that magically announced or leaked out the day after this is announced?
To keep you on Game Pass. Just
Get
like
the
you
fuck
said.
out of here, bro. That's the Xbox community has crumbled so badly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting ridiculous at this point. So much bullshit line. Just come out and tell us what's going on. It's not a big deal. Tatanka was never a thing. Well, I know. Obviously, right? But they were telling everybody for years. Keep playing Halo Infinite. Tatanka's coming. Gonna be Battle Royale.
There's nothing going on there. That's the problem. They have no mid-gen refresh. They have no games, like a couple games coming out. It's like there's nothing going on. PlayStation,
such
they
a
might not
crazy
have
lineup
either,
of games, Frank.
yeah. Well,
that's what
tomorrow's
they
going to
try
be a,
tell you.
yeah, tomorrow's going to be a true test of like, is Sony really going to give us good stuff next year? Or are they also going to try to give us something for this Pro that they're trying to ask so much money for? Because, yeah, it's like this gen, it's like we're just barely scraping by with stuff to play on both ends.
This generation's the worst. And last generation was bad because the hardware sucked. But we had games.
Yeah.
This generation has got to be the fucking worst. We have the best hardware that you can use right now for gaming. And none of these companies are utilizing it.
Right.
And then they're delaying shit. Games aren't coming out. I mean, look at Sony. They're selling us this fucking shit because they got no games to sell anybody.
That's why tomorrow's important.
They didn't even wait for the PlayStation 6 to hit us for $1,000.
Nope, they're going to get it right
20...
now.
They literally waited a fucking week later. Oh, you don't like $6.99? Here's $1,000.
20 games tomorrow.
And the minute they get it from you for this, that's how much PlayStation 6 is going to start out at. That's why they're doing it. They're trying to condition people now. So,
yeah, it's like
I don't think this is a coincidence. This is a strategy here.
Yeah.
One thing is they get the games out, though. Even though there's not as many, they don't delay them. They don't tell you 10 years in advance.
Well, they did delay God of War. They
Yeah,
delay their
little.
games, but they don't delay their games for like 15 years. You know what I mean?
And we don't hear about something for like 10 years. It's like, look, remember we always say it. They had 2 God of Wars, all the Spider-Mans, all like they put out tons of stuff in the span of Xbox putting out.
Microsoft lied about Avowed. Oh, it's coming out this year. Oh, I got delayed till fall. Oh, no. We got too much stuff coming out. It's delayed till February.
What do they have? They have Indiana Jones and Flight Simulator. That's it for the rest of
the
year.
They got Call of Duty, Frank, the biggest game of all time. It's like, come on.
I'm going to be playing that, and like the same crossover from Avowed is going to be playing that. It's like you could play 2 different games at the same time.
Yeah, but you see, that means they don't have shit for next year.
They don't.
Because they pushed it on purpose in the beginning of the year because they didn't have anything for the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm. They had to fill it out.
And I hope they release more stuff. That'll be great. But I'm not going to sit there and wait all day. It is what it is, right? I'll be enjoying PlayStation or Switch. Hopefully Switch 2 is announced next month.
Mm-hmm.
Hope so.
Because that was all leaked out the other day, the CAD files and all that, so...
Yeah, we need some, like, actual good news here.
I hope PlayStation just drops a bunch of stuff tomorrow. I know they.
Yeah, but that won't be till next year.
Hey, as long as they're like January, February, March, like give us lineups of stuff.
Days Gone is not my, out of all the fucking stupid games you remaster, Days Gone for real.
I hope that's fake because that is so stupid.
That game is $10 on Steam.
I think it will be real. I just gotta hope that like we get other shit in those 20 games. If it's one of those 19 games, can you just let the other, they're not all going to be winners, I'm sure. But, like, yeah, give us something.
What if they announce Starfield tomorrow?
I've heard
they could.
Xbox didn't even drop it. It was Sony that drops it.
They could.
Because the DLC is supposed to come out this week. So they might be like, hey, it's coming out with the DLC.
But
like
Pro Enhanced.
Yeah, Pro Enhanced.
Yep.
We'll see. Anything could happen tomorrow. Halo Infinite could be launching. Like, anything could happen. Who knows?
They had a
Yeah,
version of Minecraft. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, no, that's why I was just like, I know a lot of people were doubting because I said GTA 6, but like again, if you had a GTA 6 little snippet, doesn't have to be crazy. You put Pro Enhanced on it, that will sell. Like, I've been saying it, and I think it would be a good move. Or Bloodborne, same thing. The high in demand stuff, they got to be seeing these comments and be like, all right, if we just show Bloodborne, we got a lot of people's money. Again, the whole FOMO thing, like people will buy that stuff immediately just to get their hands on something that runs Bloodborne like that. That isn't on, like, if they don't have a PC or whatever, or a hacked console to run stuff. Modders have done stuff, right? But in a legit capacity, that would be a big deal.
Right.
They got to do it. They really got to come out swinging tomorrow. So, this is it's going to be a defining showcase because this will just be like, all right, this will also show how their numbers will look at the end of this year. Also, looking into 2025, what are we expecting? What are we getting? It's a new slate, new year. This year is pretty much done after, your November slots, right? You got Call of Duty in late October. You got some stuff in November, but then it's just like, we're done. So we really have to kind of get a taste of what Sony's trying to push next year. And who knows? You know what I mean? We obviously know that there's some games that are slated for that release anyway, but will we get actual release dates and stuff like that? We will find out tomorrow. Again, 30 minutes long, 19 games if you don't count the Days Gone things. I just think that's going to happen. That just seems like such an obvious.
One remaster is in there too.
Then 18. I forgot about that. 18
what's
games we might care about.
Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, if that's true.
Yeah, but they announced that, didn't they?
No, they never.
I don't think they
officially
announced it. No, I mean that's been the talks of the town, but
I hope it's all lies and none of that's happening. I pray. I think it's happening.
I just look after Last of Us.
Yeah, they'll do it.
They'll do anything and just get full price.
Well, because all these idiots go out and still buy this shit.
Yeah,
don't buy it, and they will not make it again.
You guys knew from day one. I love Last of Us 1. I still didn't get that.
I didn't buy the Last of Us 2 $10 upgrade.
Yeah,
I didn't even bother because I don't have right now. If I ever play that game again, it's on PC. I'm not playing that game on console right now, so I'm not buying it.
Right.
So they got to figure out what they're doing with this. But this company is in big trouble. They don't know where they're going either. We can mess around with Microsoft all day long, but Sony has no fucking vision. Their vision is just to milk you for hardware.
Yeah, it's very, very blind. Like, yeah, it's very just blind and kind of like fumbling around, throwing hardware out there.
You couldn't give us like a fucking rare replay with Sony games on it or something?
That's
for this 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's literally what I said to Anthony before you got on. I was like, they should do a 30th anniversary collection. Even if they have the service, people will buy it.
Yeah. It's a great point. I mean, they always kind of miss the mark on the like classic anniversaries with like actual game releases. Like, yeah, we've seen a PS4, PS1 themed controller before. We've seen a PS4 console,
the
right?
half-assed PlayStation Classic. Remember that?
Yeah, the half-assed PlayStation Classic.
What the heck is that? Is that a rolling pin?
Is that a fly swatter?
Oh, it's a light. Zarek is correct.
I forgot to hang this up on the green screen.
Oh. Yeah, Zarek is correct. The PlayStation's getting a native PS5 version of Minecraft, and Xbox Series X just has the backwards compatible Xbox One version.
That's because Xbox sucks big fat dicks.
How do you do that to your own game? And we never got ray tracing.
How does Microsoft do a lot of shit to their own stuff?
I don't know. That's why I'm off of it, because it's just ridiculous. Like, that's so stupid. That's their bread and butter, Minecraft, and they're like, just let PlayStation. It's like, what?
What are you talking about?
It doesn't even take advantage of the
This
hard
room
drive.
sucks. You gotta help me with my light, Anthony. You gotta come here.
You should get one of these lights like I have, the little clip-on light for that goes on the monitor.
Yeah, and my monitor is taller than me, so that light's gonna shine over my head.
Yeah, you have the big TV.
Well, this has hooks on it, so you can hook it to the green screen. You can't even see this. Let me turn this off.
It looks like you're coming out of heaven. There's like a giant light.
There's a hook on each side.
You've seen the afterlife. What happens?
Absolutely nothing.
Ah.
Who knows? I don't fucking know. We'll find out when we get there.
I guess
the state of pay.
It is the state of the pay. George is here. George, he's holding up Westchester for me.
I really don't know though.
PS5 Pro without a disk drive. Wow. And guess what, George? It's gonna sell out.
They have to have.
You know what, George? I hate to break it to you. Resident Evil 10 is not going to be on a disc. Ah! How would I finish my collection, Anthony? Anthony, do you think they're going to make the disc anyway? Anthony, we got the golden edition. Anthony. Get ready for those comments, Anthony.
Do you guys think, now this is like tinfoil hat stuff, that Capcom would ever do a deal like a year exclusive for Resident Evil to PlayStation only? Like,
well, they did it with Nintendo, right? And that didn't even last a year. It lasted fucking 3 months.
Could you imagine?
And Capcom was like, yeah, we're not making any money right now.
Do you think they would be crazy enough to do something like that if Sony just gave them stupid money?
The only reason why I think they would is because
they're already doing it anyway. They kept Marvel vs. Capcom off the fucking Xbox. And Mega Man Zero and
the only reason I think they would be, Sony threw them, money for the Resident Evil 7 first person VR thing, and that went over really well, so they might just be like, hey, kind of worked out before.
Subsidize whatever they would have made on Xbox. So if this is true and PlayStation's outselling Xbox 3-1, they could say, listen, how many copies are you really going to sell over there? We'll just subsidize you a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
And then you're good,
I think it's likely. They've done it on Xbox, they've done it on PlayStation, at least for other franchises, not just RE I'm speaking of, but yeah, it's possible. And again, Pro enhanced, this is why you get the machine type shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be on PS5 and all PS5s, but you just get the least performing version of, 9 or whatever remake. And then they again really make the Pro a selling point in that way. They should
sell umbrella plates too. They should just go nuts.
Yeah, you
Capcom
might as well. Yeah.
Sell you a controller, sell you plates, sell you Resident Evil only on PlayStation for 1 year.
Will it still make physical used Resident Evil underwear?
Yes.
By the way, I got almost $300 in credit at GameStop for those games that I was streaming earlier. That guy was there again, the guy that helped me out last time. And it was 20% extra credit on top of whatever they were giving you. And then I pre-ordered Zelda, and they gave me another 20%, and they combined it. So I got 40%. So I got $63 extra in credit.
Wow. Maybe I should trade in any physical stuff.
Trade whatever you got in. Get rid of it.
I bought a lot of stuff.
I might bring more stuff in. I got rid of that pirate game, Skull and Bones.
I can't even play that. I don't have a disc drive, so I should just trade it in.
I got my money back for it.
Yeah, I might as well do that.
It's mind-blowing. The price is outrageous. Smack my head. Well, I mean, George, this is what happens. Everyone's a Sony pony, and this is why competition is always good. I tell you guys that. You need Xbox to be strong. When these idiots online go, oh, Xbox should just die. No, they shouldn't die, because if they do, then these motherfuckers are going to charge you $1,000. They're already charging you $1,000. Xbox is the cheapest console you can buy right now. Literally, in more ways than one. The Series S and the Series X. Even the 2 terabyte Series X is cheaper than this right here. So, you need competition, because you got to get... The competitors need to keep their prices in check. for the consumer. This is why, like, all these years when we were telling you, these PlayStation guys are tweeting, oh, I'll pay this for that. No, you're an idiot. You're ruining it for everybody else. Because now, Mr. Big Shot over here, who doesn't really have the money, who's saying he'll pay whatever for these games, we all got to foot the bill now and pay for all this shit. That's why, man, like, when you see these guys shitting on Xbox all the time, for like the dumbest reason, oh, don't you need to connect? Yeah, that was 10 years ago, asshole. You needed it for what, 2 weeks? And then they got rid of it. You gotta, this is why, man, people are just stupid. Oh, well, I'm a gamer, but I don't have an Xbox. It's like, okay, but you know you're not going to buy an Xbox, so you're not really a gamer, in my opinion. If you are a gamer, you're going to buy everything. And I know some people can't afford everything, and that's fine. But the hardcores, we're buying everything.
Not anymore. As long as I got PC, I could play all my Xbox games.
Well, we're still buying this, right? We have our
this
PCs.
Well, this because there's games that aren't going to be on PC.
And I might buy the next Xbox. Even though I'm against Xbox right now, who knows what they'll blow me away with. But if it's a PC, I'm not fucking buying it.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm not going to say never because we don't know what they're going to come up with. But like,
we're buying Nintendo Switch 2. That's coming out hopefully early next year. We'll be there for that.
I can't wait for it. That's going to be amazing.
I think the Switch 2 is going to be like the it's going to save this whole thing. This whole generation. Because technically the Switch 2 is this generation. Which Nintendo's always a gen behind, which I don't understand, but that's Nintendo. They were innovative and now they are...
Now they got so much money, they're like, we move at our own pace. Yeah, fuck you.
They rest on their laurels. Hey, but you know what though? They're the tortoise and the hare. While Microsoft and Sony are acting stupid, they're always going to be there.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
They also got their asses kicked for 5 straight years. So they had to eventually... Yeah, 2012 to 2017, they had to streep it up, or that was it.
Holy crap!
What?
We survived that.
I can't believe it was 5 years.
It was 5 straight years of getting their asses handed to them every single day.
George says facts. Thank you. Ven says lack of competition is bad for the industry. Exactly. Thank you so much.
So, sidebar real quick about consoles. So now, when you trade in a Series S, you only get $192. As a pro member.
Oh.
And now when you trade in a PlayStation 5 with let me see if this is with a disc, you only get let's see what it is. Digital, you get 302.
Oh.
And then with a disc drive 330.
Oh my gosh.
And then a slim digital is 302, and then a slim with a disc drive is 330.
I only lost $17 on my digital PlayStation Fats.
Yeah, so
but I'm the idiot, right?
All I'm saying is like
unload. This is why we told you guys unload all your stuff 2 weeks ago or last week.
We told you, and we were like, we're not waiting.
Telling us we're stupid and we should save the console and we don't need the Pro. And oh, fuck yourself, because look who got money.
Yeah, I still lost $30, but I would have lost more if I waited.
You would have lost your ass.
Yeah.
I ran there as fast as
it's okay, Anthony. You lost $30, but you'll find a $50 bill on the floor randomly in the street. You'll make that money back.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's the law of averages.
It's fine, you know. You might pull a slot, you might win a little, a couple bucks, you never know. No, but this is why you're right. This is why we told you. I was just looking like while we were talking about consoles. I was like, let me just see what's going on. And
my hand's laying on the chair like this, okay? But it totally looks like I'm going like it's my hand laying on the stupid chair.
I do that too, like where sometimes I'll lean like this.
Well, I just got my hand on the armrest, right. But it looks like I'm like.
Why are you so sassy today?
Yeah. Like the arms for my chair are right here, but you can't see them. So it looks like I'm just like leaning over sometimes, but it's like, I'm just like, it's like my arms are resting.
Bro, your chair looks like a toilet bowl. It looks like you're sitting on the toilet.
It is. That's how he does 24-hour streams.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens.
Lift your arms up. It looks like the seat. Yeah, look, see, he's on the toilet.
I think you have a giant-ass toilet seat.
Whoever invented that chair is stupid. Because it looks like the bowl is around you because it's got the black sidings. Yeah. Lift your arms up. Not turn the chair the other way. There you go, right there.
Oh,
Right in the middle. There you go.
Yeah, it's like a giant toilet seat.
You keep moving it.
Yeah, it's right when you're like covering the white part.
This guy's on the fucking toilet the whole time. Exposed.
Spinning toilet.
PS6 is gonna roughly be $80 to $90. You might want to add a 0 to that 80 and that 90.
No, he said the games.
The games are gonna be $100, and they're gonna be digital.
Yeah, they'll be digital.
That's what you guys wanted.
But they'll drop to $30 in like 2 weeks, like all.
They're not doing any they're not doing any trade-in bonuses for consoles, right? It doesn't look like it.
It says 20% if you're trading games, and they show the console, but that's not a game.
So, oh yeah, 20% extra trade-in credit on consoles, video games, and accessories, phones, tablets, smartwatches.
So what's 20% plus? What'd you say? 192. So that's 19 and 19. So that's extra $40.
Yeah.
192 plus 40 is how much, Frank?
230 something.
Yeah, so you still got 40. You still didn't get fucked because you still made an extra few bucks.
Yeah.
232.
PS6 will be a minimum of 1,200. I think it's gonna be 1,000.
And that's the day that I go buy.
They're acting like these things are phones. Like you're gonna pay 1,000 for your phone. You're gonna pay 1,000 for your console.
I was just telling Anthony, I looked on the website and they offer like financing for the PS5. It's like someone's gonna finance this tomorrow or whenever it goes up, like massively.
Yeah, but you need credit to do that, and it's like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you don't have the credit because you don't have the money. It's like, if you don't have money, you don't have credit. So I mean,
if you don't have a credit card or whatever, then how you're not gonna have the credit to get the financing. Or either that, or they'll give you like 80% interest. You gotta pay back. It's gonna be like a car. You gotta finance it. You gotta sit down with a guy. Can you afford this PS6? You have to do the financing.
I don't know. I think they're crazy. They are crazy. But yeah, this is why you guys need competition. When you see people saying, "Oh, good, Xbox needs to fucking die," it's like, that's why we're always talking about. We're always talking against that and defending Xbox. It's because you need competition in the market. Look at WWE. Look how fucking crappy that shit was for 20 years. Now the AEW came along, WWE started to fucking lose traction. AEW was good for a few years, and then now AEW sucks a big fat one, and WWE's on fire right now. And I'm sure eventually, apparently AEW signing this huge TV deal where they're going to be making, I think, $600 million per year. Something like that. Or maybe the whole deal is $600 million. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, because they're going to make $200 million per year. Or billion. I don't even fucking remember. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, look it up. AEW is supposed to sign this huge deal, and they're locked for the next few years, which is good. It's good for them. But their product sucks right now. It's cold. Nobody's watching AEW. But they got the TV deal. So maybe something happens with WWE, AEW will pick up again, and that's good. You go back and forth. It's competition. It's being competitive. You need that. Because we saw Vince McMahon running WWE into the fucking ground.
Mm-hmm.
It got so bad that they did 1.0 ratings. USA Network said, like, bro, we're going to drop this shit. And then the McMahon family would go out on SmackDown and be like, we apologize. We're going to give you what you want. They gave the people what they wanted for 2 weeks. Ratings went up. Then they fucked everybody. And went back to the same shit over and over and over again. They ran everybody away. This is why you don't want to not have competition. You need competition in the markets.
Do you think that, say Xbox drops out of consoles, but the Switch 2 can run like Call of Duty and Madden, do you think that will help create competition because it's going to be so much cheaper?
Well, if the Switch 2 is $400 to $500, it'll be competitive with whatever Sony's done. Because look, PlayStation 6 is going to be $1,000 minimum, right? The Switch 2 is going to be $400 to $500.
That's what I'm saying.
People are
So
going to be
people,
like, "I'll just play Switch 2. It's not a big
right?
deal."
If it
And then
can run the
Sony has
games,
to fucking reevaluate what they're doing.
right? So they might
Microsoft.
become.
This is why Microsoft getting out of like the main competition market with this whole thing with the console market. Oh, play anywhere. Do this, do that, do the streaming thing. Oh, it's not about the console. It's beyond the console. It's like, go fuck yourself. You just fucked everybody else over because now you're not competing with these guys. These guys are going to jack the price up on everybody. So now Nintendo has to pick the pieces up.
Yeah, they might become viable competition finally.
I think
It'd be great.
Nintendo can take on Sony. I mean, we all know that. Nintendo is not friends with Sony. I know all these fucking stupid people in the chat are like, not our chat. They're like, oh, well, they're both Japanese, so they want each other to succeed. No, you don't
They
know
hate each other.
Nintendo. There was a company, a Japanese company that Nintendo tortured. It was called SEGA. They tortured them to no end. They don't want another Japanese company outdoing them. They will go after them. They will destroy them. We've seen it. Nintendo killed Sega and then rested on their fucking laurels. That's where we're at now. So,
And also, if it's true that Sony's trying to get into handheld, Nintendo's going to be like, no. Then they're going to make
so Nintendo's going to kill them like they did with the
Right.
DS and the Vita. Remember that?
They've always
The
killed them with
PSP?
that. Right, yeah.
This
every
will
time.
no doubt dethrone the Nintendo DS.
That was dead ass wrong.
He was wrong.
Dead ass wrong.
He was wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, now we're in a weird place where Nintendo is actually like viable again, which I didn't think would be a thing, but that could help us out in the long run.
I think Nintendo is the like Nintendo's like The Rock. The Rock went away for like 20 years.
Then he comes back.
He comes back and everything's on fire again. Like everything's good
Yeah.
to go. Anyway, oh man. Anyway, it's what you need. Nintendo,
Yeah.
I think, is obviously at the end of the day, the end game of all these consoles. At the end of the day, the next 20, 30, 40 years, Nintendo's going to be left standing. I guarantee you.
Well, they have the IPs that surpass everything. They're
They are
like
the
Disney.
Disney of video games, and they
Yep.
will surpass all these guys. Sony will be out of business. Nintendo will still be there.
I think they're even better than Disney at this point. I think it's like
You want to
They
bring
just-
that up, sir?
I think
Says the guy who has Mickey Mouse underwear.
I'm the one
Um,
who's gonna buy Epic Mickey. Not
yeah, I was
him.
gonna say I'm not on the Disney trend like everyone else, but I will say that Nintendo at least has their stuff in order, and if these specs come out and it's it's exactly what we want from the console because we've been stuck with this for so long where the Switch done its time. It's obviously it's hit a wall a long time ago as far as what it can push. Some stuff still runs okay on it, but it's not enough to create said competition if we start to get like your Black Ops 6 and your Maddens and stuff on there. So yeah, they kind of need to get up to speed, and they're kind of our only hope for the home console game right now. So yeah, I think they kind of just patiently wait in the darkness, come out, and they're like, boom, here we go. Here's our console. Here's our ideas. Here's the plan. And the specs we've been getting seem to be leaning towards what they're looking for. So
12 gigs,
as far as
12 gigs of RAM.
yeah,
It has more RAM than the Series S.
yeah,
The Series S really is the potato right now.
yeah. When
It
you're
will
gonna
remain
stack
the
all these
potato.
up, like it's funny because those comparison videos are gonna come out. Like let's say on the new Switch, you have something, and then someone puts it side by side to the Series S. When you stack it up against it, yeah, Series S is probably going to come out on the bottom for the performance anyway.
Xbox is still gonna give them all the games too, so that games are gonna run better on the new Switch than they do on the Series S. Their own games.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy. Like we're
Matt
in a
Yeah.
Clyburn, what's
strange
up, buddy?
place.
Yeah, what's up?
George,
So-
everything is skyrocketing. Yeah, but you know what, George? Sony doesn't have to charge you this much money. It's called corporate greed.
Yeah,
That's what these guys are doing. Because this is worldwide. This isn't just the United States. They're raising the price everywhere. They don't have to, and they're doing it. I mean, this is not like a basic necessity that you need to buy.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, there's certain thing, everything has gone up worldwide, all over the place. Everyone thinks it's just here; it's everywhere. But we deal with it because we need, you know, food to survive, stuff like that. We need gas to go to work, all this crazy shit. But this is a luxury item. This is not a necessity. You do not need a PlayStation in your life. Okay? The fact that they're charging this shit and they bundled it together because they know they're going to rimrod your ass when you order this thing.
Yeah, the bundles.
That's corporate greed right there, buddy.
Now, what does it say behind Perry? See that? See what it says? State of pay. Everybody's going to be paying when they see this price tomorrow. It's yeah. So they're definitely gonna. I saw Brandon in the chat too. What's up, man?
Where is he? I didn't see him.
He was all the way up top. The
Brandon,
chats have been coming in.
Man?
So
he was in the chat the other day. I was talking to him, but I think he fell asleep.
He says, "What clusterfuck am I looking at? This is the 30th anniversary thing. They're gonna show the price of tomorrow. We're gonna be streaming the State of Pay.
State of Pay.
But yeah, it's yeah, it's like you're bundling all this stuff, and it's interesting because they have all the. I think, in my opinion, they should have just, like, you know, had something like this for the Slim maybe, and then, you know, I don't know, like, if they were gonna do the Pro with this, which, you know, it's like, you know, it's gonna sell out. Like,
Sony's not fucking sleeping with me, man. Just fucking steal my money. You know, like, the best example is the Jetsons. Okay? George Jetson hands his wallet to his wife with a couple of dollars out of it, and she just takes the wallet. That's Sony. Yeah. Every fucking time I see that PlayStation logo, I think of Jane Jetson taking the fucking wallet. And George has fucking $2 in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's gonna sell out because, you know, there's gonna be bots. There's gonna be people that want to resell this on eBay for $2,000, $3,000, right? It's just gonna happen. That's what sucks, is that, like, you know. Now, will some be genuine people? Yes, but some will also be bots that are just ready to scoop this up. Whether it's the Slim or the Pro edition, will both be hard to get. So, yeah. And then, like I said, it just goes back to the whole, like, FOMO thing. It's just like people are going to get it because they feel like they're missing out on this. They got everybody. Look, it is a cool design. I like the gray color scheme.
It's not the fact that they got everybody. It's the fact that the people that really do want it, now we have to go to war with the fucking scalpers.
It's 2020 all over again.
Why don't you just fucking release this 30th anniversary and sell it throughout the holidays?
Right.
This way, there's plenty of them out there, and people could just go out and buy them.
And the PS4 was the same
I have to
thing.
Fucking sit here like this. We're going to be live on the 26th. Is it going on at midnight? Do we have to stop the show and fucking start pre-ordering shit? Or is it going to be 11 a.m. the next fucking day where everyone and their mother's going to be on, the site's going to crash, there's going to be this thing where you're in virtual waiting room? Like, what are we doing here? As a fucking society, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Let's
because
put the fucking thing on sale, sell them, and say, okay, we need to manufacture fucking 500 million of these things by November 27th. Can we do that? Yeah, we can do that. All right, just replate all those fucking Slims that we already have. Get them out there. Takes 5 minutes to print that box.
Even if you
and you're good to go.
Like, even if they take orders and they're like, listen, you ain't gonna get it till like December. Like, just take the orders and make more. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't know why they have to act like.
Apparently, the Slims will be available. Right. But they're telling me at GameStop over here. He told me the 10th, and he said they're only getting a limited amount of pre-orders for this Pro, or the Pro in general, not just this one. So I have to go there with Fred. Early in the morning, we'd probably have to fucking camp there. Well, I guess we'll live stream from there if I have to. And we're going to sit there and wait. And then
the morning of the 10th or the 26th?
October 10th for the Pro at GameStop.
This 30th anniversary Pro.
That's what the guy told me, and he says, I'll be out there right with you because he's going to pre-order it too. The manager at GameStop.
The 30th Anniversary Pro is only on their website the 26th. The
Right.
regular Pro is the
Okay.
10th. That you can
Right,
just
and
go
that's
to.
I'm going to try to get one of those.
So
And
we'll be
if I
live
can't
on the
get it, whatever.
25th into the 26th. So we'll be live Wednesday into Thursday. So if nothing happens by like 1 or 2 a.m., then
I think it's going to be in the daytime. They usually
yeah,
do it like
it's going to be in
Yeah,
the morning.
Something so dumb like 9 a.m.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. 9 or
Pacific time
10.
or some shit.
we're going to have to go to sleep so that Perry can wake up and pre-order it.
It's just
Or
the
you're gonna have to
problem
stay up.
because
Probably won't even
Yeah,
get it. It's all
when you're
right.
fighting the
Saves
websites,
me money.
it's almost like, you're getting like it's the same problem that concerts have with like tickets and stuff. It's like it's a bot problem. As soon as they go on sale, you're in a queue or it doesn't let you go through, and it's just like a lot of BS for no reason.
Economy
don't
wasn't
really-
doing so well. The economy hasn't been doing well since this whole thing started with the
Picnic.
lockdown. It was just that lockdown screwed everything up for everybody. It doesn't matter who was in or who's not in. I know a lot of people use that shit as a rhetoric. Ooh, this old man, that old man. Who gives a fuck what old man? We had a pandemic, okay? That fucked everything up for everybody.
Yeah, it's just like other major
Because
events.
guess what?
That shifted.
Whoever gets in this time around, shit ain't gonna get fixed either way.
No.
I guarantee you. But people will pretend it is when it's not. So let's just see what happens. Hopefully everything works out for everybody. But this is the world. That's what I'm saying. Everyone thinks it's some old fucking guy sitting somewhere that's doing everything. Like, bro, it's the world. Every country is having this issue with everything. We're not the only ones paying a shit ton of money for stuff. You know how much this thing is in Canada? I think
I'm
Mental
sure we'll
9R
find out
told us
tomorrow.
it's over. Just the regular Pro is over $1,000 over there, or $1,200 bucks, something crazy.
I think it's like 900 something.
Right?
So.
Yeah, man. So I mean, at the end of the day, everyone can blame everybody, but at the end of the day, we had a lot of crazy shit happen. It's not just one thing. You know what I mean? And that's not saying one person's to blame or one isn't. But if you just like look straight ahead, right? Forget all this noise, left or right. Look straight ahead. A lot of shit went down, and we're paying for it.
And then Sony's going to make us pay at the state of pay.
Because guess what? Everyone's still got $1,200 to go out and buy a new iPhone every fucking couple of months.
Oh, come
right?
on, Perry. You want the Apple
Nah,
AI?
We're doing so
the
bad,
Apple
Anthony,
intelligence.
that at the Apple store in New York City, the fucking line isn't wrapped around the block like it used to be anymore.
You know they're selling it without a charging cable to be eco-friendly. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, because they were told they have to use USB-C and they don't want to do that, so they ain't giving you the cable.
That's so stupid.
Which they're selling that. By the way, corporate greed. Apple's selling you the fucking cable that's $5 on Amazon for $40 to $50.
Yep.
Oh, we painted it white. $40, please.
I gotta get the new
Or a
camera on
3-cent cable.
the Apple Intelligence
That's corporate
AI.
greed.
Like,
That's Apple.
geez.
Apple's been doing this shit for years. Ever
Yeah.
since the computers, when I was a kid. An Apple Performa 550C, I remember that. Okay, that was 1994, 30 years ago. Why was that computer $1,500 fucking dollars? When a regular computer that had the same fucking parts in it was $200. Can somebody fucking explain to me why that was $1,500 fucking dollars 30 years ago?
You're paying for the software.
You're paying for the software, but you're paying for that little fucking logo.
Yeah.
Because Steve Jobs was a fucking maniac. The guy wanted cash. Ooh, he's a visionary. Ooh, he believed in this. Ooh, he was an artist. Ooh, he wanted money. He wanted fucking cash like everybody else. Why do you think he ripped off Wozniak? Oh, yeah, I'll sell these computers because he was a fucking con man. I'll sell these computers, Steve. You keep soldering those little boards together. Okay, I'm going to get my $20, right? He fucking sells them for $2,000 a piece. He gives this guy $20. Thanks.
And then he made Steve Wozniak live on Endor, which is like horrible. He banished him to Endor on top of all of it. And he had to live in a tree.
But this guy Wozniak got robbed.
Hey,
seriously.
Yeah.
Because he was a greedy guy. But apparently greed is what gets you places these days. I don't know.
Well, you got to be
But
smart like we are and trade stuff in for
I was
phones.
gonna
for
say got them
PlayStation.
somewhere. Fucking want to talk about that right now.
You got to, if you want this stuff and you don't want to spend the money, trade stuff in. That's what we did. We do it for
And
phones.
that's
We do
not,
it for
listen,
this.
it's not, I'm not talking bad about people that want Apple. That's fine. You're in the ecosystem, whatever. But I'm just saying, Apple's done this for years. Sony is now doing this. By the way, Sony has actually kind of done this throughout the years too. They've always had expensive, their VAIO computers were just Windows computers,
Yeah.
but they were charging like $1,200, $1,500 for their computer in 2004. It's
I
like, bro,
remember.
what the fuck is in this computer? There's nothing. It's the same thing.
And then they put Blu-ray drives in them. They were like one of the first laptops, and they were
Because
so
that was their
expensive.
own technology and they jacked up the
Yeah.
price.
They charged you out the ass.
It
for
was
that
cheaper to
Blu-ray
buy a
drive.
Blu-ray player for $300 than their fucking
Yep.
computer.
They were charging like $2,000 for those computers that had Blu-rays in them.
Right. I remember they had the computer that looked like the lampshade.
They had like all kinds of weird ones. My
And
friend
they
had like
did it so that you couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
Look at the
They-
Mac Mini. They had the one that I had, which I sold, which was dumb. I should have waited to sell it because it sells for crazy money now. I had the one where you can remove the RAM. And I sold it. Big mistake. Because then they made them with the RAM soldered to the board.
You
The
can't.
one
change
with the removable RAM goes for a lot of money now. Even though it's 10 years old, it goes for a lot of... I should have waited, but I got rid of it. Chrono
My friend-
Paladin, how you doing, man? He's been with
Yo.
us forever, this guy.
Oh, what's up, Chrono? I haven't seen
What's
you
up,
in a
man?
Oh,
while.
it's here.
My friend had a VAIO that was like red like a car. Like it had no seams, and it was like how are you supposed to open this thing ever? It was weird. It was
Right.
all kinds of crazy expensive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, these companies all do this shit. BMW's been doing it. They make cars with plastic parts now.
Oh yeah,
They're
all
not
do.
like BMW from 30 years ago. BMW from 30 years ago made fucking cars, and they sold you to their price. They sold you their brand at their price, and people would buy it. Now people think, ooh, BMW, but they're
It's all
made like
junk.
shit now.
Yeah.
But they're still charging you the same high-ass prices.
The prices go up and the quality comes down.
Exactly.
It's the
And
opposite.
that's the way that it's been going for years for a lot of these products that are out there.
Everything, TVs, appliances.
Yeah,
all of it.
RCA used to be the biggest like TV manufacturer. Now RCA flat screens are dog shit. It's like they don't even know what the tech is.
Yeah.
Toshiba, they used to make great computers. The Toshiba Satellite from like
Yeah.
1996, 1997. That was like one of the first computers where you had a Wi-Fi card in it.
I remember Toshiba satellites.
Toshiba satellites were quality computers. Then, I don't know what happened. They are the shittiest computers you can buy right now. None of their hard drives last. Their TVs are dog shit. You know what I mean?
Do you remember Daewoo? They
Yeah,
made
I remember
VCRs
that.
and they made cars. Like they had everything.
Daewoo
They were
had
like,
cars,
huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
They had fans. I saw a fan.
Yep.
Yeah, times changed. Yeah, there you go. Just because they're BMW. Yeah, exactly. TV sell you data now? Yeah, that's right. That's true. Maximize profits, do the bare minimum. Exactly. I mean, Nintendo's doing that with the Switch too. They're going to give you the one with the LCD screen. And then in another year, 2 years, they're going to sell you the OLED one. We all know that's coming.
They save like 20 cents on the LCD screen, so they'll sell it to you first.
Right. That's Nintendo. But I mean, look, this is where it's at. I mean, let's just be realistic here. It's everything factors into everything being expensive. But again, it's not just here, it's the world. It's worldwide. And yes, a chain reaction here causes a chain reaction worldwide. I get that. I understand. But, I mean, this is the world that we live in. A lot of these companies do not have to charge you the prices that they're charging you. They're doing it because they want to charge you the prices. And what are we doing? There's people that don't buy shit, and that's good. You know, they're sticking to their guns, and
Well, as long as they can
Saving
get away
money.
with it, they'll do it. Like, look at McDonald's. They tried it, no one bought it, and they're like, all right, we got to lower it. Like, there's no choice.
Yeah, for a limited time. You saw that, right? Because
Yeah.
all their competitors, there's competition again. All their competitors said, yo, make a $5 menu. They're not doing shit over there.
Yep.
Well, they're charging $35 for a menu. We're going to give you a $5 thing. And they had to. They had to bow into the pressure.
Even
People stopped
Dunkin'
eating there
Donuts
for
had
like
to
2
do it.
weeks.
Yeah.
And Ronald was like, holy fuck, what are we going to do?
You know
Holy
how
fuck.
many people he had killed after that? He needed to collect more souls, but nobody was eating the food, so
Yeah, exactly, George. George gets it. It's a brand name you're paying for, just sneakers and the rest of it. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to buy Nike. You could buy New Balance. I know New Balance is old people's shoes, but they fucking work. And they're half the price. You get New Balance shoes for $20, $30. The Nikes that I've been buying lately, I've always stuck with New Balance, but now they got blue Nikes. I paid $120 fucking dollars for my shoes.
you gotta buy Skechers.
You know how stupid I feel for doing that? But I felt like I wanted these blue shoes. I've always had black and white shoes and boots and all. Now I'm getting old. I just want blue shoes. So I had to pay a premium because I wanted blue shoes. Do I fucking need blue shoes? No. I got
But
fucking pink shoes.
okay.
Do I fucking need pink shoes? No. I could have gotten the black shoes for $20 to $30.
It's okay to treat yourself once in a while for stuff like that, though.
I've waited 30 years to treat myself to a pair of fucking shoes.
Yeah, that's okay.
So there you go. But I don't need it. I just need regular fucking shoes. That's the whole point of all this. Nike knows they could get away with it because they have the fucking check mark. PlayStation knows they could get away with it because they have their little PlayStation logo. So, I mean, that's just the way that it is. And again, this is not, I'm not saying this stuff to get people mad or anything. It's just the way that I see it. Everything affects all this stuff. So, it's not just one thing. It's everything. Take that as what you will. At least that's what I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Sorry. I don't fucking know, right? Once in a while, it's okay to spoil. So, yeah, agreed. If you want to buy this and you got the money, go ahead. I'm not telling anybody not to buy this shit. Everyone's gonna. How many times have I come on here and said, "Don't buy this," and I buy it? Or, "Oh no, that's stupid," and then I buy it. Look at the Portal. I said the Portal was a piece of shit. I wasn't buying it. I fucking bought it. You know why I bought it? Because Christmas came and I was like, well, I don't really need anything.
Yeah.
So I'll just buy this stupid Portal. And my intent was, they went back in stock on Amazon. I just bought it just to like have it in my cart in case I decided I wanted it. They shipped it and I was like, oh, I guess I got it. I played it for a little bit. It's like, this thing sucks. I was going to send it back and I forgot. I thought it was a January return. No, I bought it a week before the holiday returns. I didn't realize that. So I'm stuck with it. So I'll use it. Eventually. But I mean, it's what happens. And we love the tech. We love all this stuff. So we're going to buy it.
That's why I never say never, because sometimes I'll just be like, oh,
Well, I really feel like I do not want another. I felt like I never wanted PlayStation a couple of years ago. Remember that, Anthony?
Yeah.
On your stream, they announced Spider-Man, and I started, get out of here, get the fuck out. I'm screaming at the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then I bought the Slim, and now I'm buying the Stupid Pro. Xbox, I fucking don't want anything to do with Xbox. I'm sure they're going to do something that's going to drive me nuts to go out and buy the new one. I don't know.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
We will see. They're going to have to really prove themselves, though, for that. But as I feel right now, I don't want this shit. I don't want the Xbox. So I will see where it goes from here. Do you have a self-control issue? I don't know. Do you? Very true. Once in a while, yeah, I read that one. Be smart with your money. I'm catching up on the gaming news now since I was away for so long. Well, great to have you back, man. GPU prices, says Zarek, have gone to the moon. I still have an old GPU. Yeah, because you know why, Zarek? Because during the lockdown, the GPU prices were selling for They were scalping them on eBay for $1,500 a card, and I told Frank, I was like, "That's going to be the price." You know that, right? Because
I
Nvidia's
remember.
watching.
Yep.
Guess what? The scalping ended. Nvidia's charging $1,500 for a 90 series.
I had to
And
pay like
Nvidia was
$800
caught.
for mine.
Nvidia was caught scalping those cards on eBay, by the way, during lockdown. So they knew. But I get you're a tech guy saying, well, yes, exactly. Thank you. You know, I could sit here and say, you know, I don't want this, I don't want that. I'm going to be a hypocrite because at the end of the day, I want to see the tech. And if I get robbed, I'm going to be right back on here screaming at everybody all over again, like I did with the Series X.
Yeah, I mean, we always try to give things a fair chance and try to be honest with it. You know, if we spend money on it, we tell people, hey, it's not worth it. Save your money. We tell people to trade in consoles when it's time to trade in console. You know, we try to just give everyone a heads up as best we can, you know, and that's it. It's like you have to vote with your wallet and shop smart and just try to, you know, as things get more like either whether it's expensive or just less finished as you buy new games, right?
Right.
You have to be careful, you know, so that's why a lot of people look to influencers or people that do content for these things. And you have to form your own opinions, of course, to try to think for yourself. But if someone that you trust and know who's genuine saying, yo, this is a piece of shit, don't buy it, well, then maybe you should, you know, listen, especially if it's multiple people. It's one thing if it's like, you know, a couple here, a couple there, then you can kind of make your own like judgment on it. But try to at least be fair, you know, try to give things a fair shot. So at least that's how we've always been.
What other news do we have besides this 30th anniversary? We lost our whole audience because I fucking talked about lockdown.
Well, state of play is happening tomorrow.
Knack
But
3, Bug Snacks 4,
Yeah.
Killzone 75.
State of pay.
as far as Sony, like the only other news is yes, today they officially said that it was happening. We've been telling you for the last 2 to 3 weeks that it was possibly happening. Wait for official confirmation, and then I said that when Sony usually does this, they give a day's notice. They gave a day's notice, and we're doing this tomorrow, starting our stream at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time.
5:30 on your channel. Let's talk Resident Evil. I will link everybody tomorrow when the actual link goes live. I will paste it in my community tab.
Yeah, we go live a little early. We get everybody in there, and me and Perry have been covering these on the channel for last couple years. So, you know, we've been there when there hasn't been Resident Evil. We've been there when there has been. So, regardless, we have to watch the show. We have to talk about it. We just want to see what they're really going to do to sell this Pro, and it's now or never because pre-orders are right around the corner. So, yes. I'm hoping for a good show. We know they're just going to show the games
tomorrow. Is it going to happen?
There's a lot of it's trending on Twitter right now. There's a lot of like talks about it. I think this happens every time, but here's the thing. Ari has been quiet, so that's the only reason why I'm like, okay, maybe they might show something for next year. It could be March, it could be April. Maybe.
It would have to be, because there's no reason they would show Resident Evil now if it's not coming out in a year.
Exactly. So
it's got to be coming out in a few months.
It could come out soon. I mean, we don't know. I mean, it's I think it would be a little soon if it was a main title, maybe it might be like the end of next year or something. If it's a remake, they could get away with putting it out.
If they announce that shit tomorrow, it's got to be coming out between January and May.
When me and you did like, let's say like back when we saw the RE4 at the State of Play, right? That was in May of 2022 and it came out March of 23. Right. So they had that much of a window where this would be a tinier, smaller window. But if they said 5 remake or 9, let's say, yeah, I mean, anyone's guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I just think that like Capcom, yes, they could just show Monster Hunter again, but they've already showed enough Monster Hunter. It's coming out in January. We've seen full gameplay. We've seen multiple trailers. Like they could show another Monster Hunter trailer, but why would that be the one thing they're showing? You know, they'll be at Tokyo Game Show. That is starting up. And I'm sure they're going to show Monster Hunter, or if they show RE here, then they could show more stuff at Tokyo Game Show as far as maybe some gameplay. They've done that before. Resident Evil 3 was almost like that too, or I'm sorry, Resident Evil 2 remake, where they showed a little bit more there after E3. Because it got shown on E3 at Sony's thing that year, if everyone remembers that. So that was I'm just looking at the patterns of what they've done in the past, and I would say just, never say never for it showing up at a Sony event, because it's happened at Sony's E3, it's happened at Sony events, it's leaked before with actual leaks, but that was more when like Capcom stuff got stolen and people knew kind of like their lineup. So has that happened in the past? Yes. So I think now that everything's been radio silence for RE, I'm sure a lot of people are just like, oh, this is going to be it. The breaking of the silence, which would be good for me as well. Also, just be able to cover something new, talk about something new.
Thanks, Chrono.
Yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate you. Yeah. So, and even if not, oh well. I just want to see a state of play that's good. I want to see them see what they have in store for the Pro. So, like I said, this is another sales tactic. You got to get people excited, and we already know what they got to execute on.
They have
Bloodborne,
to. If they want to sell this thing for $1,000 fucking, they got to show us what's going on. I mean, if not, then it is what it is. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they're going to show us everything in the world. They're not. But it depends on what you're going to show. How you're going to present this Pro, if they present anything at all. They might just say, yeah, this thing's $1,000, fuck you, whatever, bye.
Yeah.
They'll probably show a lot of Pro patches, I would think. I mean,
yeah,
they have no choice. Like,
I'm sure Pro patches will be shown, and I'm sure Silent Hill will eventually get a Pro patch.
Yeah.
You should show that, like ray tracing and stuff on Silent Hill.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because that comes out before the console does.
And that's the thing too, like and Stevie Mac, I see what you're saying. You're right. Like Village, for example, was put out in May, right? And if you guys remember, back when I was covering on the channel, I mean, Village was announced like right after Resident Evil 3 remake, and it had like a I think it was like, it might have been like June, it might have been E3 time, where we saw Village, and then like less than a year. I mean, that was a little bit closer, but you get what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's pretty quick with the turnaround time, because they've already been working on it for so long. So it's tough to say. Like, I'm trying to go back in my videos here to see like when I first did a reaction video to it. Okay, so the first reaction, the full-on trailer reaction that I did for Village was 4 years ago. It was June 11th, 2020. We got the game in May of 21. So they let that hype build up for almost a year, right? So who knows? For a remake, it could go either way. I mean, RE3 remake was teased in December because it leaked accidentally, and then it came out in April. So we've seen, faster turnaround time. I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's going to be fun either way. We got to see what happens, but I'm really curious to see what happens in the internet afterwards, right? Because when they see this, and it's the same reaction we got after the 10-minute presentation that we got, it's just going to be more people pissed off. So that could easily happen. I think people are already on edge. People already have lost faith in them, I guess, selling it to them or making it convincing. So a lot of people's minds have been made up. This might change their minds, because again, everyone might run out grabbing it if Bloodborne's on it, or they show GTA 6 like a cool trailer. Like anything, throw it all out there, man. I don't even care at this point. You really gotta amp it up for this price point. So, and yeah, Stevie Mac, RE6 was in October, so that was like the last RE that was put out in like the fall. It's been a little bit. I think Revelations 2 might have been, but RE5 was March.
That was Revelation was like September, October, something like that.
Yeah, like RE5 was March, RE4 was January. but Monster Hunter takes the January
Well,
slot.
wasn't Revelations originally February on the DS, 3DS, whatever?
I think you're
And then
right.
they ported it to home console around August, September.
Yeah, Revelations 1 came out on the 3DS on February 7th, 2012, and then it came out May 21st, 2013 on all the other consoles.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
Yep. And Rev 2 was well, they did it episodically, but they started putting out episodes in actually February. Okay, so that was actually February into late March, which
I think
okay, yeah, I thought that
RE2
was in
Remake
fall.
set the bar for these early year releases because they know they're going to get that money earlier in the year.
Yeah, it's usually, even though it's after the holidays and a lot of people spent money, when there's nothing else to play, people,
You still
and
got
if it's good
Christmas
enough,
money.
you got Christmas money, people will just play anything new,
Plus, they're trading in the games they got for Christmas.
Yeah, if they beat them, and they're done with them, which a lot of people beat games in like, less than 24 hours.
Yeah,
So,
it's crazy.
I don't know. I just want to go in with a, positive thing for tomorrow, but obviously I'm a little nervous as far as like just if they're going to drop the ball on this thing and just be like, hey, we have a crappy presentation, but also here's like, Horizon remaster and Days Gone. Like that is like worst case scenario. They give us nothing and then they show those two things, which again, 20 games. If those two are there, I just consider 18 games because like I know there's going to be people that are going to buy those two, right? That haven't, if they got a pro and they haven't played them, but like, that just can't be it. That can't be like your big like title announcements. Like that's just so stupid.
I hope not. I
Yeah.
hope they don't announce those at all, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Like just please no. Please don't.
So we'll be live on your channel, Let's Talk Resident Evil, tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, a half an hour before the show starts.
Yes,
Show
just to get
starts at
people
6
in.
p.m. Me and you will be on your channel, so everyone, I will link you all there, but most of you know where to go. Anyway, Chrono also says, no problem, guys. Glad to support you guys. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You've been with us for a long time, buddy. What the hell are you saying? He's talking about albums or something. So RE3 and RE6 are the only legit second half year releases. Yeah, that's true because RE1 Remake came out in like April of 2002. I guess, and Resident Evil 1 is March. So, I mean, Resident Evil has had a history of going on early. Oh, he's gone. I didn't even see. I'm looking at the chat. Where did he go? Uber Eats?
They could announce it now for March. That gives them October, November, December, January, February. 6 months. Could happen.
Yeah.
I hope that they show Starfield tomorrow, just for the like.
If they do that, it's
chaos.
World War II.
That's what I
or
want.
World War III. I'm
chaos.
sorry.
I want to see them fight.
Can you imagine if Starfield's announced pro enhanced?
I hope so. I hope
that would be wild.
I really do. It's been a year. Isn't it almost a year, like to the day?
It's been over.
It's just barely over a year. Yeah. Here we go.
By the way, Jedi Fallen Order on the Xbox One, 576p.
No.
Wow.
Why did they do that?
Why?
You could sit there and play in 576p and get ads on your screen and just have a great old
Yeah.
time over there. That's what I want.
I'm starting a new channel, says RWK. What is it? Oh, he deleted it.
Tractor review.
Why is he deleting all his comments tonight?
Probably typing it and regretting it.
The state of play is about 35 minutes long. Good. As long as it gets to the point and shows a lot of stuff, we'll be happy.
Yeah, because the PlayStation Anniversary console will take like 2 seconds.
Don't show any like Japanese RPGs. Don't show Volcano High. Don't show any of that stuff ever again. Like
John Deere complainers. Well, do that, and then they'll come after you.
That's what I said. Tractor complainers.
Yeah. Well, calling it John Deere, they're definitely coming after him.
You should do tractor complainers and review tractors and tell us what not to
Review
buy.
Tractors USA, I guess, right?
Please. Please do that.
What else do we have here? What?
I think that's the bulk of the PlayStation stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have more to discuss after the fact, but we'll talk about that
Wednesday
on
will be
Wednesday.
interesting.
Now
too.
let's
Yeah.
talk bad about Xbox.
We did.
Evil things.
What does Xbox have?
Damn, Anthony, I see what you're really thinking about me. Shit. Oh, wow. Any questions in the chat or anything you guys want to say before we start wrapping up? We'll wrap up in about 10 minutes. This
wanna
show
have
is
a
never
snack.
to be long, so we're just an hour, 2 hours. It's fine. We're not. This is not Wednesday. Review Tractors USA, but I'm going to talk about airplanes, okay?
Why?
He's gonna get the flight simulator, and
Oh, that the flight simulator that runs at 30 frames? That sounds fun.
I can't wait to play that on my
it runs in
consoles.
30 frames.
The other one
The
did.
other one
so
did,
why
yeah,
wouldn't
on
this one?
console. Unless you have it on PC, then you're right. That's not saying, what the fuck did I
There's
buy
no
this thing for?
point
You know what I mean?
It.
It's like a glorified Xbox 360.
There's no point in having it. Oh, I know I've said this a million times,
Or a
but I think it's
backlog.
so funny.
Fuck
that
you.
the
I have a
meme came
backlog from fucking Nintendo from 40 years ago. If Microsoft, you really want me to play my backlog, then I don't need my Xbox. I don't. No one needs to buy one. No one needs to subscribe to Game Pass either, because they can go find their cartridges and play those fucking games and finish them out because they have a backlog, Microsoft, right? The fact that you promote a backlog is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
I'm sure we're gonna talk about this on Wednesday also, but that Phil Spencer's coming out at 6 a.m. on like Thursday at Tokyo Game Show to announce something.
I
It's
hope
like,
they fucking cut his head off.
Oh,
Okay?
probably
I hope
you know
the
what they-
Japanese say,
you know
his
what
head
they're
off.
gonna do?
I hope we see
guarantee
that shit
you-
live on camera.
I guarantee you they're gonna announce like Final Fantasy 16, and everyone's gonna be like,
Who the
"Bye."
fuck cares?
I
It's
know, that's what
5
I'm
years
saying.
later.
Why would you do that? Like, what's the point? The
See, this
system's
is
not
why you need to
done.
buy Xbox, everybody. They're finally getting Final Fantasy. No one cares.
Nobody cares. It's
No
too
one cares.
late.
And it's not going to sell because, and by the way, shout out to Back from the Dead, because I had a chat with him about this earlier on Discord. And he agreed. He agreed that these games not coming out on time. Now, he's talking about the Square side, not Xbox side. I don't want to get him lumped into anything. He said Square not releasing their games on all platforms day and date like they should have really hurt. You know, it's going to hurt the sales of if they announce Final Fantasy on Xbox. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's just what happens.
Well, like you said,
No one's
who the
hyped
hell's
for it
gonna
anymore.
play
Like everyone that wanted, I think Axel said that everyone that wanted to play Final Fantasy VII Remake bought a fucking PlayStation.
right? Or they played on PC.
Right.
So you're telling me the console's being outsold 3-1. Who's gonna buy it? 10,000 people. Why would they even bother porting it?
Look at
Like, there's
Crisis
no
Core. I
point.
just traded that shit in today. Nobody bought that game on Xbox. Because,
terrible.
number one, nobody wanted to support Square for their bullshit. Number two, why are you going to buy a prequel to a game you can't play?
Right.
And number three, people just don't want anything to do with it. So, I mean, it is what it is.
That's why
Like
I don't know
Corona said,
why-
Final Fantasy 16 came on PC last week. No one would care. And nobody bought it on PC either. It's doing horribly on PC.
Well, that's why I don't know why
They
they're
just
promoting
fucking waited
it.
too long.
Like, what else could they be doing at Tokyo Game Show? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what else would they have to announce?
They can announce that. That's fine. But who's going to give a fuck? I'm not going to go, whoa, I could play Final Fantasy Remake on Xbox. I already beat it.
And you know it's going to be like 6 months from
I beat it
now.
on the PlayStation fucking 4, and then I beat it last year on PC.
Yeah.
Why am I going to run like a little schoolgirl to fucking go get it on Xbox? It's over. That
And
shit's
it's gonna
done.
be- it's going to come out months from now. They're probably going to announce it for like...
Even if it
like,
drops in Game Pass tomorrow, no one's going to give a fuck.
it's 2 years later, 4 years later, whatever.
You know who's going to be happy? The people that don't buy shit and that have Game Pass. Woo wee! Good luck.
Yeah.
You're not gamers anyway. You don't buy shit. You didn't buy the game when it came out on PlayStation. If you really want to play that game, you're going to buy the PlayStation to fucking play it.
Right.
Or you're going to have the console so you can say, you know what? It came out. I'd rather play it on Xbox, but I have to play it on PlayStation. That's what happened with me. This is why you don't be a fanboy and don't be stupid.
And there's nothing. Xbox doesn't have anything that I can't play elsewhere. That's why I'm.
That's the
doing
problem with
PlayStation
Xbox.
thing.
And the fact
Right.
that they're not even getting third-party games half the time.
Right.
Marvel vs. Capcom Collection.
At least PlayStation has stuff.
I know
you
they're getting
can't
it, but they're getting it late now because Phil Spencer had to go walk over there and talk to Capcom. Be like, what happened? Oh, well, it's probably about money. But he did the right thing and he got them to turn around and say they're going to put it on there. But that shouldn't have been a thing. Now that game's not going to be shit when it comes out next year on Xbox.
Oh, we're already going to be.
Yeah, it's coming on
long
Xbox.
in it.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Nobody cares. And then that translates into, well, nobody wants to play it on Xbox anyway. It's bad. It's just a bad look, man. And people don't understand it. They think we're trying to like shit on Xbox. Yes, you have to shit on them for not having that game on there day one. And obviously, it wasn't Sony money hatting anybody. There was a miscommunication with getting that game on Xbox. Or Capcom said, we're not even bothering with fucking Xbox anymore. And that's a bad thing. That's Phil Spencer's fault. Because he needs to be like right on that. The minute they said that that's not on Xbox, that motherfucker should have got up out of his chair and called them. Be like, what can we do to get this on Xbox? Why is this not on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Instead, this motherfucker waited a month when everyone was bitching and yelling and complaining, and then you had a bunch of other Xbox guys, well, nobody wants that nostalgia anyway. It's like, fuck you. That game is fucking on every other platform. Why isn't it on this one?
Yeah, it deserves to be on there.
Right.
They act like these games are such a big get. Like when they come out 2 years later on Xbox, it's like Genshin. Dude, that's been on PS4. Like, it's not a get.
It's been on
you.
mobile.
It should have been there from before. Like, they act like, oh, it's such a big deal. Like, oh, we're getting these games. And it's like, I've been done with those games for years. Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's the backlog.
Problem. Yeah, but I'm done with it. Like, I'll go elsewhere. Wherever I can get the games now, I'll go there. And that's the thing. That's what I've been saying is PlayStation has stuff you can't get elsewhere. So that's where I'm going to go for consoles.
No, Final Fantasy 16 came out last week and it's blowing ass on PC. Like, no one's buying it.
I think that's what they're going to
Final Fantasy 7 Remake came out a couple of years ago on PC. I beat it on there too.
I think one of those is going to be announced for Xbox. And like I said, it's not going to matter because...
They could put both Remake and Rebirth on there tomorrow. No one's going to give a fuck.
Right.
It's over. Like, it's not... And even if they do, Rebirth is now Pro enhanced on the Pro.
Right.
So are you going to fucking play it on Xbox, or are you going to go out and buy a PlayStation Pro and play it on there? I have it sealed right here. I'm going to buy it on my PlayStation Pro. I'm going to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro and play that game on there.
Me too.
Good thing I didn't get around to it, because now I will enjoy it more. I wish it was on PC, but it's not.
When it's on sale digital, I'm going to grab it and play it on my Pro.
I saw my Series X sealed from the sale last year. My first Xbox console, so I could play legacy games. Well, that's good. It's good that you still have it. And you got it for cheap. You didn't pay too much money for it. Get rid of it ASAP while it still has value. What?
Saying get rid of the Xbox?
I won't own any consoles then. Can't play some old Xbox games then. It's just, it is what it is, man. Like, the mentality with the Sony guys and the Xbox guys is fucking ridiculous. Both these guys... Both sides of the fence are stupid.
You should keep the Xbox because it's probably going to be the last traditional Xbox. I mean, the writing's on the wall.
You got the one with the disc drive for $349. I mean, you did a good. You got a good deal.
The writing's on the wall, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more Wednesday. But they're pulling out of places. They're not selling the consoles. It's like they're not going to do this forever. Right. They're not going to just keep going like in this way.
That's what I'm saying, though. These Xbox guys are so happy that they're going to announce this shit at Tokyo. It's like, great.
There's no point.
I'm glad that you sat there and took it in the ass and waited for these games. I was playing them elsewhere.
Oh, good thing I waited. The game's like $20 on PlayStation. It's like, You
Well, no, they're going to be paying full price now. Yeah, it's $20 on PlayStation. They're going to pay full price now on this
right.
thing.
Well, good
And
thing I
Square's still
waited.
not going to make enough money, so Square's still going to blame
Even
Xbox.
even if Final Fantasy VII drops into Game Pass, like you said, they waited 4 years. Like I'm not waiting
You're
4
going into
years.
year 5. You know that, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like that. Like they're gonna act like, oh look, we waited and we got a Game Pass. I played it 4 years ago. I got my value out of it by playing it 4 years
That game
ago.
launched on the PS4. I don't think people
Yes,
remember that.
2020. It's
Yes, it
just
was a month
crazy.
into lockdown, a month or two into lockdown.
But that's the thing is you're getting value by getting the games now too. Like people don't ever talk about that. That by not having to wait, that's a added value of something. Because like you said, even if you wait a year to buy it, you're gonna pay $30 for it, and then it's gonna come out on Xbox at full
But
price 4 years
a
later.
lot of Xbox guys have this fucking mentality. Oh well, I'll just play my backlog. It's like great, that's great for you, but me,
Right. I'm not
motherfucker, I
doing
bought
that.
that shit to play new games. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm the
I
same
didn't
way.
buy the Xbox Series X to play fucking Xbox One games. Okay? I bought it to play brand new fucking games like we've been doing since Nintendo back in the day. Okay? I wasn't around for Atari for the most part. But we bought a Nintendo. When that shit got played out by the company, we got Super Nintendo. When that shit got played out by Nintendo, we got the N64. And what was the constant with those machines? You got newer fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, you would get a remaster or a remake on those consoles, but not very much.
You didn't see
And
Super Mario World and go, oh, I want to still play Mario 3 now. It's like I want that. I want Super Mario
you
World
want the
now.
new Super. You've already beat
Yeah.
Mario 3 at that point.
Right.
Now you'll play anything because they're great classics. But back in the day, when we saw Super Nintendo, we were like, "That's a new Mario game. I want that game. It's
Exactly.
Mario with dinosaurs. I can't do that on Nintendo." The new Zelda game, the original Zelda's great. The second one fucking sucks. We all know that. But A Link to the Past, I gotta play that game.
That yeah, we
The
played
fucking PlayStation. It had 3D fucking rendered graphics, 3D polygon. Everyone was like, "What's a polygon?" But I want it.
yeah. We only played the old stuff if we had no choice, like waiting to get the new system. Like I remember waiting for GameCube, and I was like playing Smash on my N64,
Why do
dying
you
for
think that handful of the red label Nintendo games go for a shit ton of money? Why, Frank?
because no one was buying them at
No
the
one
end.
was fucking playing Nintendo. They were all on
Yep.
Super Nintendo.
Same with the late stage Super
That's
Nintendo
why
games.
Samson, that's why Wario Woods, that's why all these games are worth fucking money because nobody fucking bought them.
Yep,
DuckTales too.
we were moved on.
Everyone moved on.
Yeah, you only stayed back if you had no choice, like waiting for a birthday or Christmas to get the new
Right, there
system.
were people that were like that, and that's fine. But
Right.
a majority of the audience went to Super Nintendo because that's where the new shit was going. Street Fighter 2 was the biggest game. You can only play that on Super Nintendo. You could not play it on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat was actually canceled for the NES. I don't think anybody remembers that. There was a poster with the home consoles for Mortal Kombat. The NES was shown on the bottom. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Gear, Game Boy. Guess what? At the last second, they canceled the port.
And they weren't still making NES games 4 years into Super Nintendo. It was like a year, if even, and that was it. It was like, bye. We're done with
Well,
this.
whether they did or not, I can't remember the dates, but I mean, a lot of people. And Super Nintendo. You know, Mario World 2, Yoshi, or whatever the fuck that game is called.
That was really late in the Super Nintendo.
Everyone was on PlayStation.
Right. I remember.
Some people were. I don't even know if N64 was out, but it was at 95 that game came out.
I think it might have been
94?
well, let me see.
What were we on?
August 5th, 95. Yeah, you were already in
We were on
PS1.
Super Nintendo.
almost
I'm
in
sorry, we were on PlayStation by then.
Yeah, I think
Not
Mario
everybody was,
RPG
but a
really
majority
late,
of
too.
people did go to PlayStation by that point. Was PlayStation even out yet? Probably wasn't even out in August, was it? Maybe it was Saturn people were on. I wasn't on Saturn.
September 9th, 95. So it was just about to come out. It was like coming out in like less than a
Okay.
month.
Yeah, so people were more
And
worried about Sony than that game.
Mario RPG was 1996. So that was like way late in Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, Square was kind of competing with itself at that point because they were
Yeah.
putting games on PlayStation and they were skipping Nintendo. I guess they still had that contract with them. I don't fucking know. Or maybe they were doing a Nintendo a favor for skipping out on Final Fantasy VII. What time is Capcom for the Tokyo Game Show? I don't know. Tell me. Look
The
it up.
times are really weird. Like Phil Spencer's going on at like 6 a.m. on Thursday. Like I'm not watching that. Screw him. I don't care anyway, but I don't know when Capcom is. I could try to look.
Yeah, Capcom usually goes on at 6 or 7 a.m. usually, like our time, really
Look,
early.
man, acknowledge you.
What's up? So it's the 26th, the 29th.
7 a.m. Pacific. So that's 10 a.m. Eastern.
What is that, the 29th?
That's the 26th at 10 a.m.
Yeah, good luck. Everyone's going to be pre-ordering a PlayStation. Fuck this
And
guy.
it's I don't even know what they're.
Is that Capcom or Tokyo? Or
But you
just,
understand something. If he goes on there on the 26th and said, we're getting Final Fantasy, everyone. Great. Everyone's going to be pre-ordering a PlayStation Pro. Like,
Yeah, I'll be playing it on my Pro.
just saying, man.
I don't know what else he could possibly be there to announce. Like, there's nothing else I can think of that would be like worth it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I do know that Square's in trouble, and I don't think it's because they're not putting games on Xbox. I think it's because they're
No,
doing
they're
a
in big
move
trouble.
to PC.
Listen, had they done the right thing 5 years ago, they would have been okay.
Right.
But because they didn't, now the company's falling apart.
Well, and a big problem is they're not putting. They should at least put it on PlayStation and
They're in
PC.
big trouble because they don't know where to go from here. Their bread and butter isn't selling anymore.
Right.
No one's buying
all
this
they
shit.
had.
Look at Rebirth. A lot of people didn't even buy that on PlayStation 5 or 4. I'm
Right.
sorry, it's only on PlayStation 5. Nobody bought it on PlayStation 5. A quarter of the people that bought Final Fantasy VII Remake went and bought Rebirth. You're in big trouble, buddy.
And 16 didn't.
When you
do
had
either.
that huge sales number for that one game, and then the second part to the game, it's not even a sequel, it's the second part to the game. Half these motherfuckers didn't even pick up. You're in big trouble. And they don't have anything else to fall back on. Final Fantasy was their brand. That's like if Capcom loses Street Fighter, bro, the next motherfucker the dragon is Resident Evil. And if Resident Evil doesn't do it, they're dead. Capcom loses Street Fighter and Resident Evil. You know, you could go back to Mega Man, but they treated this guy like shit for 20 years now.
Yeah.
Mega Man ain't going to save him anymore.
I mean, what else does Square really have? Like, that's it. I mean, there's nothing else for them.
Konami kind of did the right thing. Konami got out of gaming. You know,
And they just
everyone
made
makes fun of them
cash
for their pachinko machines, but that's gambling over there is a huge thing with those pachinkos. Now, Konami doesn't have to worry about the gaming division because they license their shit out. Why do you think Blooper Team is making fucking Silent Hill?
yeah.
Because Konami doesn't want anything to do with it. Konami's like, yeah, if you want to pay us a couple of million for the name, go ahead. Do what you got to do. But we don't want nothing to do with this shit. They did the smart thing in the long run.
They're cashing in by putting out those collections that
Right.
always sell, like no
The
matter
same thing
what.
with Sega. Sega went, software. Sega's fine. They don't have anything. They don't have to rely on anything else. They just make the games and that's it. And they even license their shit out too. Look at Streets of Rage. That was done by .mu or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of these companies saw the writing on the wall. I guess Square didn't. Square thought that they were going to buddy up with Sony, and the two Japanese companies would take out the American company. It didn't work out.
But now it's too late because it's not going to sell on Xbox anyway. So
6 and many people played Metal Gear Solid 3 for the first time on a slot machine.
Yeah.
There you go. Resident Evil is Capcom's biggest seller, I believe. 7 of their top 10 highest selling games are RE games.
Monster Hunter is also one of their highest selling.
What about Street Fighter? Is that not on the top thing anymore?
It's up there, but I don't think it's the top.
Really hope someone dresses like shit so Anthony Perry could tear him with that ass. Yeah, well, we'll see tomorrow.
last time they didn't even have like a person. They just did the reels. Remember they were showing.
I think they're gonna just do the reels.
Yeah, because if it's 20 games in 30 minutes or whatever, like they gotta just go quick. They're not gonna have someone talk.
So, Street Fighter is number 3.
Good.
You got Ari is number 1, Monster Hunter number 2, Street Fighter number 3, Mega Man's number 4, actually.
Well, at least Mega Man's still up there. Sell Mega Man to Nintendo, man. He fucking belongs there more than Capcom at this point.
Could you imagine the wacky Mega Man games Nintendo would make? Like, it would be cool. Like, what
Capcom should sell Mega Man to Nintendo, and Konami should sell Castlevania to Nintendo.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
They could put all those guys in Mario Kart, Mega Man and Simon Belmont and stuff.
Well, Nintendo would do a really good job if they redid Castlevania. Konami doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. These games are horrible.
Yeah, it's just good to see, some companies still doing it right for the most part.
Yeah, well, we will see tomorrow. And Konami should sell Silent Hill to Capcom? No.
No.
If they sell Silent Hill to Capcom, guess what? You're not getting Resident Evil ever again. So, I mean, what do you want to do? You want... I mean, that's what's going to happen if that would happen. I hate to say this, but it would probably be in their better interest to sell Silent Hill to PlayStation. Let Sony work their third person magic on that game and get that out there. No, they're not going to do both. Capcom, they had a history of fucking over Resident Evil before. In terms of the highest selling Capcom games, one was Street Fighter game in the top 10. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Capcom sacrificed the zombies from Resident Evil 4 and 5 to give you Dead Rising. And when Dead Rising took a huge dump, guess what? The zombies went back to Resident Evil.
Yeah, they went in a little bit in there too with 6. They kind of brought him back in 2012. That was after 2 Dead Risings, but
yeah.
Then they brought it real back with the remakes. They had to wait till 2019 for that.
Dreadpool is here.
What's up?
We need Twisted Metal as soon as possible. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's long overdue.
Sony just needs to go back to making smaller games that are fun. Astrobot is a perfect example. I don't think that game cost $400 million. By the way, Concord, right? Allegedly, this thing cost $400 million. Now the internet's like questioning that guy or whatever.
I don't think that's possible. That's like more than... Isn't that more than Spider-Man? Like, how could they...
That's more than Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that's almost as much as Halo. Like, I don't think that's true. That's almost Grand Theft Auto money. Like, how could it... I think that's totally inflated.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Maybe he's going back to 1994, this guy.
Well, if they're so...
Potentially.
They'd have to be so bad at... Like, so inefficient to spend that much money. There's no way.
More movie games. I agree, man. The movie games got to stop. But Silent Hill would be your movie game. Your one-a-year movie game.
Yeah, do one like that.
These movie games, these third-person movie games, sprinkle them in once a year or once every other year. In the meantime, give us variety back, like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Make this shit fun again, man. Nintendo, that's their whole thing. They have the crappiest hardware, but their games are fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Now this guy's deleting his comments. Everyone's deleting their comments tonight.
And they don't have to make like a billion, like you said, like a billion of these third-party games.
Call
Make
that
like
Anthony.
some that are good, that stick. They don't give any of their games a chance to stand out. That's the problem.
Do you think Milkman says a remake of Silent Hill 2 should be considered Game of the Year? Because already for a remake, blah blah. No, Wukong is gonna win fucking Game of the Year. The game that like
Wukong
nobody
Shaolin
fucking
style.
plays. Yeah, that's what I call it, right?
Zelda Echoes of Wisdom will be Game of the Year.
uh,
Oh shit.
let's see here. Dreadpool says they all need to go back to smaller, tighter games. They can push out more games with variety. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. And
Would
that
it
goes
kill
for
them?
both companies, by the way.
Would it kill them to make a Parappa 3?
No, it wouldn't. It would actually benefit them and profit.
It'd be so easy. Look at Hi-Fi Rush. That's like a rhythm type
Bro, we're
game.
not getting Guitar Hero. Phil Spencer's
Right.
sitting on his fucking ass and not doing Guitar Hero. Okay? You don't have Guitar Hero, that's great. That's where Sony jumps in and goes, here's Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're making
Remember
the
in
third
that
game
interview?
and we're bundling in the other two. In case you didn't play the other two.
Yeah.
Bring it
Please
back.
do it.
Remember that interview that we read where he was just like, "Oh," and they brought up Guitar Hero, and I just kind of dismissed it.
Yeah,
Like that.
there's a lot of things he didn't jump on.
Yeah, it's
Because he
like
doesn't
he's
know
like,
what
"I
the
should have
fuck
did
he's
this,
doing
should have
over
did
there.
that." It's like, dude, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like you should have been on it. You know, like
No
that's
one knows what he wants over there either, apparently.
yeah.
So
Oh, it was Terry Myerson. In doing so, they can afford to experiment. Yes, exactly. There you go.
they could probably make a Parappa game on like Paint in like 10 minutes. Look how
Yeah.
hard could it be.
And make him clean the house and take out the trash, scrub toilets. Sony already owns a majority of music licenses anyway. Yeah, but I mean, you're streaming. Parappa the Rapper had his own music.
It's original, and that's what makes it good.
That's what made they didn't use like licensed tracks. It's crazy the huge unanimous love for Astro Boy is getting all across the board right now. Well, yeah, because it's fun. It's a fun game to play.
That's what they need.
Everyone's playing and having fun. So I would recommend if you have a PlayStation 5, pick that game up. Everyone that's shitting on that game, bro, just play it and have fun. Stop being a
They-
fucking fanboy and have
They
fun.
won't buy it.
I know
People-
Xbox guys aren't used to having fun, but that game's fun. If you have a PlayStation, pick one up. Wait till it goes on sale. Do what you got to do. But Astrobot's a fun game, man. I was talking about Guitar Hero. Oh, okay.
Well, they don't own it. They Xbox owns Guitar Hero,
Xbox owns Guitar Hero.
and they'll never do anything with it, or they'll do something in like 25
No,
years.
and they can make a ton of money doing it. They could do the creative labs with the guitars. They're not doing that.
No.
They don't want nothing to do with it.
I really think
You know how much
that-
money it can make just by robbing people on the guitars?
We live in a world now where Riff Masters are actually in Best Buy. Like they actually are in there. Like my friend saw them show up. I'm like, they're back in stores, you know? Like it's if there was a time I mean, I understand they're just like, all right, Fortnite has it covered, but like they could have beat him to the punch with that one. But
I think that Satya is just telling them to rein it in with the spending, and like they're starting to rein it in with the whole console thing. I think that's the problem. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to take any chances anymore because there's like not that they're in financial trouble, but the brand is not producing money.
I think that they just want to do the mobile thing, and they
yeah,
just want
that's
to.
where they're getting money
The
from.
problem is though, they're not ripping the fucking Band-Aid off.
No, they're
They keep
slowly
leading
dragging
people
you.
on, and it's just gonna hurt, man.
Yep.
A lot of people already left, and they're like, "Oh, whatever." Like, no, bro, you shouldn't have lost the people that you lost in 2024. You lost them because you're sending mixed messaging to people. Just fucking come out and say, "Listen, we're doing another machine for real, and that's it." Or come out and say, "Listen, this is the last console that we're gonna do. We're gonna do third party. You could stay with us here, enjoy Game Pass, blah, 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 blah. They're just not doing that because they can't. They have shareholders. They have to speak to the shareholders. This is just Microsoft. It's not just the Xbox division. Whenever I say this, people think I'm shitting on Xbox. No. Watch Windows Weekly with Leo Laporte. And who's the other guy again? I keep forgetting his name.
I can't remember his name. I remembered it that one time, and now I don't remember it again.
Paul Thurrott. That's his name.
Paul Thurrott.
Watch those two guys. This is Microsoft. This is just the way they act with every division. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
They really don't need the small amount of people on consoles.
There's too many fucking people working there. They don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're making money. So they're just like, whatever.
They're not making money on the traditional stuff, and that's fine. But like you said, just be upfront and be like, listen, this is where we're going. They're big. They keep putting out these numbers. We have 500 million monthly users. Well, 400 million of them were purchased through Activision via PC and mobile.
Right.
So that's fine. I understand that's your bread and butter. So just stick with that.
But they had to say that because of shareholders. They're not.
Right.
That's the thing. They're talking to the shareholders, not talking to the console people.
Right.
And everyone thinks Phil is their friend, and it's just not true.
Right.
The guy has a job to do, and he's doing his job the best he can.
And
that's the fucking problem. People leak shit to these Xbox guys, and they leak it out, thinking they're doing Phil a favor. It's like, bro, he doesn't give a fuck what you're doing.
No.
You're only helping this guy because he's getting a cut of Game Pass every fucking quarter. Him and Satya.
And
like, enough is enough. Like, there's only so much shit that you could take when you're like, all right, enough is enough, man. This is bullshit. Now, Microsoft would have to fucking come out and change everything they're doing with Xbox. Like, change the way that they do shit. Because the way they're doing it now, it's like AEW. It's just cold. It's cold. They got to get to a place where the fan base can trust them again. Because right now, they lost at least half of their fan base. They lost the trust of their fan base.
I don't think they can ever go back. I think it's too late.
I don't think they can either, but you never know.
With Nintendo, they have things to bring people back. They had the IPs. They had
Nintendo
Mario.
was fucking dead with that Wii U, man. The Wii U everyone was out.
They still had Pokemon. They still had Mario. There were always going to be people.
Cared.
But I think that Xbox doesn't have anything to bring anybody back. It's too late.
It's gonna
be tough,
bro. The day Astrobot comes out and it gets good reviews, a leak. Oh, I'm hearing Banjo is getting nobody fucking cares, dude. They announced this 30th anniversary console. Ooh, a leak. Ooh, I hear that Xbox is celebrating their 25th anniversary in 2 fucking years. What's that to do with today?
Yeah, and they don't.
You're trying to steal the thunder from the PlayStation. Stop doing that. You look stupid.
People think because they're like, oh, well, Xbox has unlimited money.
There's a new Halo coming out. Great. Who the fuck's going to buy it after Infinite?
Right, it doesn't matter. They think because Microsoft has unlimited money, like, oh, they'll just keep doing it. And it's like, no, they won't. They'll cut the fat. Why would they keep losing money?
Well, Satya will fucking step in at some point if he's not too happy with this stuff.
I think he's already doing it now, and he's like, "Yo, we just spent all this money. The consoles aren't doing anything. Just go mobile and streaming." It's like, what? It makes financial sense. Everyone talks about business and finance and stuff. Why would you keep?
I shouldn't have to be talking about this shit. I should just be playing games.
That's why
you understand this, right?
Yeah, we only talk about it because we do this news show and stuff. But
I was watching. Let me tell you something.
We have to talk about it.
Axel was on a podcast. All right. And I jumped in there to say hello, whatever. Support Axel. And I'm listening. And I like all the guys on the panel. They're okay. But they're talking about, like, Lena Khan not, like, staying in, like, the FTC for a few more months. And I'm just like, who the fuck cares? You really care about this lady so much? They already bought Activision. It's over.
Done.
What are you still talking about this lady for?
They need somebody to.
Who gives a fuck? If they fire her tomorrow, who gives a shit? These guys are like celebrating. They're counting the days that this lady's not there anymore. And I'm like, why do you care? They got away with it.
It's done.
Why are we still talking about this lady 2 years later?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. To me, that's weird. Oh, well, she fucked over Phil. Well, guess what? Phil's not gonna fucking sleep with you. Just saying.
Now that I don't have Game Pass and I don't have I really don't have a dog in the Xbox fight. Felt better about stuff lately. And I've just been enjoying playing games and that I own. And I bought Astrobot, and that's it. I bought it. I own it. I'm playing it.
But I'm listening to this. I'm like, why do these guys care about Lena? Who cares? They got Activision. It's fine.
They have to blame somebody because they're not doing anything with Activision. So now they're like,
this is like fucking crazy shit, though.
I know. It's nuts. It's to the point where it's so ridiculous that there's no point anymore. That's why I'm.
That's like if I was still mad at Nintendo for taking Sega to court.
Right.
30 years ago.
Or if you blame,
dude, what do I fucking care? What do I care that Howard Lincoln, the president of Nintendo, took fucking Sega to, not even court, to the Senate? I don't care about that shit.
Or if you were blaming the stuff on that.
Well, it's good. Howard Lincoln got what he deserved in the end because, well, I don't care. Who the fuck cares? That's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, Sega did what they did. They got killed for it. Nintendo survived. That's fine. Whatever. It's a shitty part of their history, but you move on. This is a shitty part of Microsoft's history, the whole ABK thing. But it's over. They got ABK. Who cares? What are we still talking about this lady for?
Yeah, we were only talking about it every week because we were just waiting to see what was happening.
Right, but we're not talking about it. Well, we're talking about it now because of what I saw the other day. But it's like,
yeah,
you know, these Xbox guys are really pissed off about this shit still. It's like, who cares? You got what you wanted. It's over.
I think that was
the fucking wrap it up. Talk
about
new
shit.
That was the
beginning of the end.
Maybe it's part of this backlog thing, right? This backlog initiative.
I think if we ever get a rise and fall of Xbox, that's going to be a big point. I think that was a mistake for them to buy it because it just tanked.
Well, listen, I think the problem with the streaming, I think streaming is not going to take over for them the way they want because they had to agree to these terms where Call of Duty's not on the Fire Stick.
Right.
Your biggest game of 2024 isn't on the fucking Fire Stick that you're trying to get everybody to buy.
Yeah. It was a mistake.
They fucked everything up, man. They couldn't even get that right.
And
because they had to agree to those terms in order to get that deal passed. So what was the point of getting the deal passed if you can't put the biggest game on the Fire Stick? Hello?
And they shelved all the other IPs. Like, they didn't do anything with any of the
Right,
other
they
stuff
sold fucking Tango.
Right.
They sold Toys for Bob. They got rid of them.
They canceled
These were all companies that people were excited that they were going to get to help make more games and put more games in the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't say that to anyone. They knew what their plan was going in. They wanted Call of Duty and mobile, and they got both.
We thought there was going to be backwards compatibility. We thought all this stuff. And
right. They had to cut back on the streaming thing because they figured they can't put all their games on the streaming. They just wanted to own this thing. And you know why? Because mobile and Call of Duty were the two biggest things. That's all they wanted out of this whole deal. They didn't want Toys for Bob. They didn't want Tango. They didn't want all this shit that they got.
Nope. And they had to cut all of it because they...
And I think the problem is they spent too much money on it and they knew it.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I think it was a mistake. Like, not financially for them, but for the Xbox.
For the gamers, it was a big mistake. But we didn't know any better. Like, they led us to believe that they were going to do all these wonderful things. Because Xbox kept their word. With as going into the One X, they kept their word. You know, it was just once this year hit, like January, like this shit just went to hell. And they lost everybody, and that was it. But we could talk about this all night. It's the same shit. We're repeating it over and over and over again. But it's like, who gives a shit about Lena Khan? They got the company. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, she's filing appeal. Who cares?
And it's not going to
matter. The
deal's
done. They own the company. They already sold part of it.
Well, I mean, they're looking for things to blame. When there's no more Xbox console, they're going to blame people for that, like random.
Guess
things like
what?
that.
Things still have been pretty shitty for Xbox since Microsoft bought them out. So all that ass kissing did for nothing. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we
Bethesda
all
pretty
fell
much
for it.
fell into the toilet not long after Xbox bought them out. Just reoccurring theme. Yeah, well, it is what it is, man.
Well, the problem is once Xbox gets their hand on something, they stop producing. Like, what has Bethesda put out since they were purchased? Nothing. Like what, Starfield and
But they were
I
already
mean,
working on that though.
yeah, there's been no Wolfenstein,
Xbox
there's been
gave
no
them the extra
Fallout.
year, which
Right.
means they gave everyone a pay raise there, all the top guys.
But it's like once they get something, the companies stop producing. Like they just sit back and they just
Yeah,
it's like
when it
that's the
shouldn't be
problem.
like that, man. If they buy this company, they got to work on the next game, man.
I think that what happens is like a company like Bethesda before when they were on their own, they're like we have to produce to generate income. Now they're like, we can sit
Well,
back
they're a
because
business.
Microsoft.
They have to. They have to get all this stuff
But
done.
now they don't have to worry about it as much because Microsoft's footing the bill, and that's the problem. Same thing with Bungie. When they got
Bungie,
PlayStation,
yeah.
when PlayStation bought them,
But
they're like,
let
we
me
don't
tell
have
you
to work
something.
as
Bungie
hard.
was a piece of shit. From
That's
ever since
true.
they left Microsoft, they thought their shit didn't stink, and they were the
They're even
Halo
worse
creator. And
now.
bro, they are fucked.
They're really bad now, even worse.
Bungie fucked themselves. You can't blame anybody but Bungie. They made their own stupid decisions.
It's a problem that Microsoft can't seem to get anything out the door. They're just so slow and it's killing them. It's destroying them. That's the problem. That's their biggest issue right now. Is they have nothing. And when they do get something, they step on a rake.
Yeah, man. Whenever they get that W, they step on that rake, and then that's it. They get knocked 2 steps back.
At least PlayStation gets stuff out the door. Whether we want it or not, they're getting stuff out the door. It's not as slow.
I've been playing Astrobot Silent Hill and getting some enjoyment from Baldur's Gate 3, aka Ball Bag Gate. Ball
Whoa.
Bag Gate.
I want to play that game.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Ball Bag Gate. Well, is that what they call it? Is that they make fun of it by calling it
I mean,
that?
there's a lot of nudity in that game, so probably.
Oh, okay. That's probably what he's getting at. Jeff
Yeah.
M, what's going on, man? Yeah, man. Hey, look, if you want to play on Xbox, play on Xbox. But this is just we have to talk about all this behind the scenes shit. It's like so much drama for what? We just want to play games, make games so we can play them. I don't want to
That's
talk
why
about court cases and fucking FTC hearings. What the fuck is this shit? I'm a gamer. What do I have to learn all this stuff for?
you're a lawyer
I don't
now
even know what
and
the
a
fuck I'm
doctor.
talking about, and I had to listen to it.
But that's why I hope they announce.
I was done going to school 23 years ago. Like, this is it. I don't need to hear all this shit. I just want to buy a game. I bought the machine. I want to play Halo. All right, that Halo was no good. Make a new one.
Yeah.
There's
I
fucking
hope,
25 Halos on the fucking 360. What happened?
and most of them were good.
They were good. Nobody bitched about it.
I hope Sony announces like 18 out of 20 really good games tomorrow and we can start talking about games again. That's what I'm hoping. I know it's not going to
It's not
happen,
gonna
but
happen.
hey, that's my hope. Even if there's a couple, just give us something that's better than this. Something to look forward to.
Right.
Because we know Microsoft has nothing until February, and that's just avowed. And then what? And is that even going to be good? And it's 30 frames. It's like I'm done with that. So Sony's my only hope, and Nintendo. Nintendo's my real hope.
I spent
Help me, Nintendo.
$70 on a game last year. I couldn't stand it. Forcing myself to play again, and finally digging it. I was just picking and trying to dig it. Okay. I was just picking on the game's title. It was so overdone last year. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure nowadays people buy a game, turn it on, and then instantly start talking shit online for clicks. Well, yeah, I mean, but a lot of games are broken. The devs are fucking everything up. Then the devs are getting mad at the people for not buying shit. It's like, dude, the devs are fucking lazy assholes, okay? I'm just going to say it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
What?
there's news.
What?
PlayStation 5 Pro placeholder listings at retailers opens on October 10th at 7 a.m. Pacific. PS Direct pre-orders September 26th. And there's an Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart link.
So
So that's
10
good.
to 10
because
a.m. our
That's
time.
when I'm going to go to GameStop at 10 a.m. So that's exactly perfect. That
This
lines up.
GameStop opens at fucking 11 though.
Yeah, you got to find one that opens at 10. I would say, but I think GameStop might have a certain amount per store because
That's what the guy told me today.
Yeah, because if mine opens at 10 and Anthony's opens at 12, he's gonna get screwed. Like I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, I hope not.
So I'm gonna go at 10 and try.
The guy told me that each store is only getting a little bit of the pros.
Yeah.
And to be there, and he goes, "I'll be out there with you or whatever," because he wants to get one.
Wait, hold on. So
Yeah, Wario just.
What day of the week is it? Thursday? Okay, so fuck. I was gonna
And
say
it
on
says
Friday through Sunday, mine opens at 11.
It says it on the listings too. The time 7 a.m. 10 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so mine would be open at 12.
Well, it's here.
There we go. Well, at least we have a time. We were just talking about it. Look what happened.
2,000 gigabytes. It's a storage capacity.
2,000.
Target, Walmart, they're all gonna have it.
I'm pretty sure.
And I'd rather.
Well, I got to go to GameStop because all my money is invested there.
That's my problem.
Oh,
too.
by the
I
way,
gotta-
GameStop, they're out of debt. So Kramer, his reverse thing worked, huh? RWK.
they're out of debt.
They're out of debt.
Safe? Oh, good. Okay, we don't have to worry then.
I think they have $20 billion. Not $20 billion. Like they have some crazy amount of money. They're out of debt apparently.
Oh, good.
So this Thursday at 1 can hit up GameStop and they can pre-order the PlayStation 30th. No, just the controller on Thursday.
I know it's confusing. Sony really does it confusing, but
Wonder how bad the scalpers. They'll be bad, man. It'll be bad.
That Pro, the 30th anniversary Pro, is going to be insanely hard to get, and it's going to be insanely.
Yeah, because collectors are going to want it.
Yeah.
Not just scalpers, collectors on top of that.
But I'm gonna say right now 1,200 for that bundle. That's my guess.
I'm saying 1,000.
Okay, Anthony.
yeah, I'll say
Write us and go like 1,100.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
There you go. There he is. GameStop has no debt and $4.5 billion in cash on hand.
How the hell did they manage that? I thought
They
they were.
hell?
did it. I don't know how they did it. See, this guy
I'm
Kramer was telling everybody that they were closing down last
I'll
week.
probably go with. I'm gonna probably say.
I'm laughing, then they close tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
$9.99 and 1.
Yeah. 1,100. No, I would probably say maybe around 12. I think they could highball us.
To get 12 out of you, because you got to figure the normal one's $6.99, and they're gonna tack 50 on like the slim, so that's $7.50. The other controller's at least $200, so that's $9.50. The stand is $30, so that's $9.80. The other you can't count the other controller because it comes with the system. So yeah, I mean, we could be in any range of. You might be right. Maybe it will be 1,000. I don't know.
I think $9.99.
You might be right. I think
there's a reason why they're not telling people this. They don't want outrage on the internet like they got for the regular Pro.
I just thought maybe they would tack a couple bucks onto the special.
But then again, here's the mindfuck. You're gonna buy the bundled Pro for 1,000, or you're gonna just buy the regular Pro for $6.99.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna get people to justify the price in their head for the regular Pro that they were bitching about last week.
Yeah.
This is how this works. This is how sales works. You make something insanely expensive, and people go, "Well, that one's cheap. It's $300 cheaper. I'm going to go with that one."
Yeah, you might be.
You know you couldn't get that one anyway. And they know you can't get that one anyway. But you're going to look at that and be like, "Oh, okay, I'll go here." This is how this works. I don't think people understand this. This is sales. GameStop merges with Walmart. Oh, God, I hope not.
And you know what?
You're really going to have people not knowing what they're doing. Go ahead.
If you keep the bundle at $9.99, you don't get over that number that scares people. So you might be right. It might be $9.99.99.
And when people buy it, they now know that's how much PlayStation 6 is going to cost because we just got all that.
Yep.
They're going to make a shit ton of money on the 26th on their website.
Yeah, when that sells out, man.
There's
directly.
only 12,000.
And you know what that tells the retailers? We don't need you.
Yeah.
So if Best Buy closes down, we'll just sell the shit on our website. It's going to keep scalpers at bay for one reason. You're probably going to need a PlayStation Plus account again in order to buy this thing.
Yeah.
And it's one per person, obviously. I don't know how you can have a bot have like a bunch of PlayStation accounts that pay for Plus. I mean, unless you're willing to blow $1,000 on accounts.
If they sell all 12,300 units at 1,000 apiece, they'll make $12,300,000 on just those bundles in like 1 minute.
$12 million?
Yeah, in literally like a minute when they sell out. If they sell all the bundles, that's at 1,000 apiece. That's what they'll make.
Right.
So they'll be good.
That's crazy. $12 million and they didn't do shit.
And it's gonna be like 30 seconds. Like literally, they're just gonna because they made them gray and put everything together in a bundle.
Oh man. Through shelf savings and retail buying stores, also PS5 and Series X saved our asses back in 2020 and 2021. Yeah, I know, I hear you, but we're in a different time, I guess, now. They're pulling their stuff out. So that's breaking news. Okay. Where are these links?
Or
No, are you going to post that link in here so I can see what's going on?
where do you want me to put it in our chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Just paste the Wario link and I'll
Yeah,
click on
I
that.
got you. There you go.
Let me see. You guys probably can't see us, but whatever.
People, all the comments are, "Is GameStop selling this?" It's like, yes, they will.
8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're selling it, but fuck, we gotta be there early.
I'm gonna get there like.
I might have to get there at like 6 in the morning and fucking wait.
6 a.m.
Yeah, man, there's crazy fucking people over here.
Mine's in the mall, so I don't even think I can get in there until like.
Well, you're gonna have to
8
run
o'clock.
to the fucking door. That's for sure.
I'm just gonna
That
go.
rhymed.
Yeah, I'll just go there early. I'll get a coffee and just go there at like 8 o'clock when all the old people are walking in the mall, and I'll just chill out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
My
gonna
mine
go.
was at 12, so I don't know.
It's like a literally, but you know, I was hoping that they would just carry these things so I could just take my credit and go in and buy one, but no, you gotta fight scalpers. This is why I hate consoles coming out. You gotta fight these stupid fucking scalpers.
Yeah, this is a whole nother obstacle.
Every fucking time, man. Just so sick
I
of
just
it.
hope.
Man, why don't you motherfuckers go out and get a job? Okay? Seriously. Seriously. Go out and get a fucking job. It's not lockdown anymore. There's no reason to sit on your ass and scalp shit. You're the fucking problem. All you scalpers are the problem.
Well,
you're not
the
working,
scalpers will be online.
and the economy ain't going around.
Yeah,
You're
like if we can
on
go
your
in
fat
store,
asses fucking buying PlayStations with stolen credit cards and selling them on eBay. Good luck.
as long as we can go physically in a store now, that's the only difference.
Yeah, let them sell out online. I don't care as long as that my particular store is like.
Yeah, but your store's only getting like fucking 5 of them, so you got to be the 5th person online.
I have to hope that nobody's out there.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile, you have these scalpers. There's fucking 25 people jumping out of a van, sitting on the line.
This is the way I look at it. If somehow I can't get it right away, they're still gonna have the Pro.
Well, I was just hoping to God that they wouldn't go out of business by the time I fucking use my credit.
That's what I was more worried about. Now that I know they're okay, if I can't get one till a week later, all right. I mean, I want one the day it comes out. I'm gonna try to get it as hard as I can. But if I can't, they're gonna have more.
So scooters and Chinese food at GameStop, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Not right now. GameStop should buy Unity. I thought they owned. Didn't they own their own development studio?
I don't know.
GameStop make their own studio because they were selling their own game that they made or something years ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Deformers, didn't they make that game?
Yes, Deformer, which we have and we never open.
Yeah.
They have those stores for devs to ride scooters and eat Chinese food. Yes. All right. No more news. Any questions? So I'll give you guys like 2 minutes. Then we're probably gonna wrap it up.
I gotta go have a snack and go to sleep.
I gotta eat dinner. I didn't eat nothing all day. Literally had nothing all day.
Man,
Because I came here to the shop and I didn't eat. I got the games, went home, jumped in the car with her, went to GameStop, then came back here. So I have to eat. Uh, any questions? Well, we will.
Yeah.
Me and Anthony will see you guys tomorrow on his channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for this state of play.
Yep.
I'll be in the chat too.
We'll be in the chat. Let's talk Resident Evil. I will link everybody when the link goes up. I'll put it in the community tab. I'll share it on social.
Yeah,
And
it's up there. So I'll send it to you. See how it.
I'm gonna say filthy things in the chat.
Yes.
hey, someone's got to take my place. How was it, real quick? How was the Dead Rising game? You enjoyed it or what?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun. Got ending A, got ending B,
I never
got all the survivors. It was fun. I
Does
actually
this
really
thing
enjoyed
play
it.
better?
It plays a lot better. There's just some pop-ins and dipping that I experience on the Series X from time to time, but it wasn't too bad. It does run pretty smooth. I don't know how it compares on other things, but it was still good nonetheless. It looks good on the RE engine, and yeah, it's a lot smooth. The quality of life stuff really helped that game.
That might be a PC purchase for me
Yeah,
when it goes on
definitely.
It ain't gonna get cracked anytime soon, so that one. We're
I
gonna
know
buy.
that does suck.
sale. Dreadpool says if
'Cause
I'm
it is
awake,
just
I'll be there. Awesome. He said good
It is
morning
just a
this
single
afternoon.
player game. He said good morning.
It is on CD keys too, so it's only a little bit cheaper though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait. There's gonna be the Black Friday sale on Steam.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be like $20 or something.
It'll probably be 30, but yeah.
30.
A lot of those games go half off right after the release on Black Friday. That's when you go out and buy them.
I hope.
Let's fuck up the chat. Frank says RWK. Yeah, you could try.
Anthony's channel, so we can do it. I hope Epic Mickey gets cracked because then I don't have to buy it. But we'll see. Tomorrow, it's supposed to come out tomorrow, so
It plays a lot better than the OG version. I hope so because the original game was cool, but it got to a point where I'm just like I'm done with these controls. So hopefully this game is better with that. You guys are telling me that. I'll check it out someday. Maybe I'll stream it, but not anytime soon. I'll have to wait till it goes on sale. That game isn't co-op. Is it really not co-op?
What's that?
Dead Rising, the remaster?
No, the first game was never co-op.
Okay.
are you gonna buy Zelda on Thursday?
Yeah, I have it pre-ordered. That's how I got my extra $60 in store credit from GameStop.
Nice. Yeah,
But that's not for me. That's for the store. So
I'm gonna play it this weekend a little bit if I have time.
yeah. Well, we kind of already played it, but what can you do? What can you do?
Show it, but I
Sometimes
can't.
a week early is a week early. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll be out of here. Everyone, take care. Stay safe out there.
See you guys tomorrow.
Thanks
Have
for
a good
joining
one.
us.